Well, well, well. So, it was the first day of the Dallas Cowboys rookie minicamp, and it looks like everything is going well. And we were given an interview, or Christian Parker gave an interview after the Dallas Cowboys rookie minicamp, either before or after, but nevertheless, I've said this, and I don't know if any of y'all remember, but I kept saying that nobody knows what Christian Parker's defense is going to be. And while everybody's been expecting Vic Fangio's defense because he came from Vic Fangio, well, Christian Parker made it very crystal clear today that this is not the Vic Fangio defense, but this is, and I quote, our defense. This is the Dallas Cowboys defense. And for everybody thinking it's going to be 3-4, it's going to be 3-4, 4-3, 5-2, whatever you name. But nevertheless, it is going to be the Dallas Cowboys defense. And so at the end of the day, I think we are about to see something brand new from the Cowboys. Man, and I am here for it. Welcome to Cowboys After Dark. Let's go. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. I figured I'd hit y'all with some new music tonight. I got so much of it. Yeah, let's go. Cowboys After Dark tonight. And I am telling you, I have some very interesting subject matters that you are going to be interested in. So, what I want to talk about tonight, I want to talk about the fact, and I said the fact, and people are not giving Jerry Jones credit. Jerry Jones is playing chess, and Cam Newton said it. Jerry Jones is playing chess. Everybody else is playing checkers. I'm going to tell you what Jerry Jones has done, and y'all are not even going to believe it when I tell you, because everybody keeps complaining about the Dallas Cowboys, including some of the Dallas Cowboy fan base. Sometimes you got to step back and look at what the Dallas Cowboys are doing. So, Jerry playing chess. We're going to talk about Christian Parker. We're going to listen to some player interviews from DallasCowboys.com. We'll talk somewhat about training camp. I don't really have a lot of pictures on the training camp thing. We'll talk about the Caleb Downs impact. Man, let me tell you something. People are basically saying that Caleb Downs is taking us to the Super Bowl. They are in the belief that he is taking us to the Super Bowl. And so, I don't know about all of that, but I can tell you this. The Cowboys are doing some things great. Next, we're going to talk about George Pickens' maturity. I'm telling y'all, man, George Pickens is doing his thing as it applies to this contract. And I know some of the fan base are mad. Some of the fan base is mad about how the Cowboys are handling this thing with George Pickens. But I'm just impressed with the way George Pickens is handling it. Then, I want you to listen to Darren Woodson again. I didn't let y'all hear all of Darren Woodson the other day. But Darren Woodson, he's also high on Christian Parker. And not only is he high on Christian Parker, I have got to let you hear the rest of what he said about Dak Prescott. So, that's going to be the show. Jerry playing chess, Christian Parker, player interviews, training camp, Caleb's impact, Pickens' maturity, Woodson on Parker, and Woodson talking about Dak. All right. Let's get this roll call in real quick on the Cowboys After Dark. Let me see what else I can pull out of my repertoire. Let's see. I don't know which one I want to do. Hold on. Let me do something like this. It's late night, man. You know, it's late night. We out here creeping on Cowboys After Dark. Let me hit you with this right here. Yeah. This sounds like some creeping music right here. Sound like some After Dark music. What is going on, Doomsday? Yeah, number one ranked defense in the National Football League. Hey, man, let me tell you something. I think that's what they're going for. They want to go from 32 to number one. Timothy Johnson, what's going on? Good to see you. Larry Golden, what's going on? What's going on, Jimmy Bailey? Good to see you tonight. What up, Tony Needs Mo? What's going on? Man, I'm telling you, I'm ready. I'm ready to see what they look like. But we got to get it on the field. Miss Matrix, it is Cowboys After Dark. What is going on? Dolores Ennis, what is going on? Good to see you. We them boys. What up? Yes, sir. God be the glory. He said best content on YouTube. Let's go. Headhunter, it is After Dark. You know what time it is. Got to give y'all some Cowboys content so y'all don't be out there creeping. What's going on, Lisa Worley? A lot of us too old to be out there creeping, aren't we? A lot of us, we too old to be out there creeping, man. Too old to be out there creeping. What's going on? Spooty Dog, Lock and D, let's lock in. Marvin Mays, what's going on? Davion Wallace. Man, hey, I got some real new stuff coming up when the season starts. Davion Wallace, pretty. But Rally Cell Truco in the house. What's going on? Christian Legal. Hey, Trigg is going to be on this team, man. He is making the team no matter what. I'm telling you right now. What's going on? Hey, what's going on? Angie the Rebel Chicks. What you doing up this late at night? Good to see you tonight. What's going on, Grave Digger? Pooby D. Pooby D. Wait a minute. What's going on, man? I thought the Lakers got beat. Is that the Lakers I saw got beat? Or did they beat them in 6? I thought they were going to a game 7. Okay, I must be mistaken. What's going on, Mello? What's going on? Good to see you. That sweatshirt, man. They don't make these no more. I got this from Fashion Nova. What is going on, Shenard? All right. Appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight. All right. We try to do it. Give yourselves a hand tonight, being up late at night. Cowboys After Dark. All right. So I want to start out with this first topic, and people do not understand what I'm telling you. Y'all might not realize what Jerry is doing. I know, okay, the Lakers won, Lock and D. Okay, I'm not a Lakers fan. I was actually hoping for their demise, so I'll just be honest with you. I'm not a Lakers fan. But Jerry Jones is out here playing chess. I want y'all to think about what Jerry Jones and this front office has pulled off. Y'all do realize that there has actually not been any drama with the Dallas Cowboys? That all the drama with the Dallas Cowboys is actually manufactured? Somebody tell me the drama. The reality is, when it came to Brandon Aubrey, I just want you to think about what the Cowboys have done in this offseason. The Cowboys basically told Brandon Aubrey, we're not paying you $10 million, $11 million, $9 million, $8 million. We're not paying you that. We already got a contract on the table to make you the highest paid kicker in the league. And we'll give you somewhere around $7 million. Brandon Aubrey had the opportunity for somebody to come and offer him way more money. Cowboys put that, second round tender on him? $5.87 million. And the Cowboys sat there and wait. The Cowboys did the same thing. And as much as we don't like it, I'm just going to tell you, I have a special affinity for George Pickens. I'm just telling you the truth. I have an affinity for George because I see a player that is trying to redeem himself. I see a player that is repenting. I see a player that is saying that I'm going to show everybody that this is who I really am, and who I was then was not who I was. See, sometimes people say, well, people change. Well, maybe George, and this is the benefit of the doubt I'm giving George, maybe George isn't changing as much as George is actually becoming who he is. And maybe who he was in Pittsburgh was not who he was, and maybe he was out of character because of the environment, and the environment was not conducive for him to be who he is. So, George Pickens, the Cowboys decided that they were not going to do any further negotiation with George Pickens. The Cowboys said, we're going to put him on he's going to play on the tag. And they didn't do anything else after that. But nevertheless, I want you to understand, if we were all, let me tell you, if we were probably looking at this from a distance, let's just say this was another team, we probably wouldn't be as invested in this and be saying, hey, man, that team is doing it right. Because rather than giving them a large extension, they're saying, we're going to let you play on the tag and then we'll see what happens after that. But nevertheless, George Pickens also, and we're going to talk about this more when we talk about Pickens' maturity, but George Pickens decides he's going to sign the franchise tag early. He's going to sign the non-exclusive tag early, which basically means he's going to be in everything mandatory and he's going to be in training camp. It might be a hold in. He may not do as much, but at the end of the day, he's going to be there. And that's what counts. And then when you look at what the Cowboys did very good in the draft. Let's not to mention they did pretty good in free agency. They brought in Rashawn Gary. They keep swinging at linebackers and they keep missing. I think the Cowboys, I think people are thinking this is the old Cowboys, and I think they're trying to get the Cowboys for a lot more than what they probably would from another team. And the Cowboys are saying no can do, like Hall and Oates back in the day. And so the Cowboys have done really well in free agency. They handled the Brandon Aubrey contract well. They have handled, even though we want George to get an extension, they have handled the George Pickens thing well. And then when you look at the rookie deals, well, look at what they've done. It's late. I got my sound effects mixed up. But look at what they've done. The Cowboys have already signed 6 of the 7 rookies. No waiting. They've already signed 6 of the 7. They've signed 6 of the 7. Drew Shelton, LT Overton. They've signed Caleb Downs. Got a really nice contract. Signed Caleb Downs. Of course, George Pickens has signed his non-exclusive tag, so you got to count that. Kenny Clark, I guess we got Kenny Clark. I guess they got these in dates. But again, when you look at all of the rookies the Cowboys have signed, of course, some of these earlier signings with Deron Bland last year and all of these things. But when you look at what the Cowboys are doing, the Cowboys are taking care of business, and the Cowboys are actually making this all about football. It's the people who are reporting on the Cowboys that are saying that are complaining about the George Pickens stuff and all of this. No. Let me tell you something. Lock and D, I'm going to go further. I'm going to go further than Shotty and Christian Parker. Nah, I'm about to take y'all way back. This isn't just about Christian Parker and Brian Schottenheimer. I'm going to take this back all the way to Mike McCarthy. I told y'all this last year. Let me tell you about Mike McCarthy. Now, the only reason why the Cowboys have not gotten Malachi signed is that the Cowboys are waiting to see kind of what is going to be the ballpark figure of what players who were signed in his range, because a lot of those haven't signed. They've already said once they figure that out, he'll be signed too. This isn't the Brian Schottenheimer, Christian Parker effect. This is actually the Mike McCarthy effect. I told y'all this last year or the year before last, before the Cowboys got rid of Mike McCarthy. I wouldn't want Mike McCarthy to be my coach. I wouldn't want Mike McCarthy to be my coach. Not my head coach, no. I wouldn't want him to be my head coach. Matter of fact, I probably wouldn't even want him on the sidelines as a coach. I really wouldn't. But I'm going to tell you where I would want Mike McCarthy. I would want Mike McCarthy on an advisory board for my team. Because Mike McCarthy, when he steps back and looks at football, and you listen to him talk about football, Mike McCarthy knows football. He knows the right things to do. He knows about things that you should be doing, player personnel wise. Mike McCarthy knows those things. The only issue with Mike, and I shouldn't say the only, but the issue with Mike McCarthy is he's not a good coach, but he knows the game. And let me tell you something that Mike McCarthy said the year before last, before Brian Schottenheimer became the coach. Mike McCarthy said, you need everybody signed by training camp. Mike McCarthy said that. Mike McCarthy said that. Mike McCarthy said you need all of your free agents. You whatever you do with free agency, you need to get them all signed. When it comes to the draft, you need to get your free agents, go into the draft, get them all signed in the draft. So that when you go into training camp, you pretty much know what you are working with. And you get that chemistry going from the very beginning. Mike McCarthy said this. This is not just the Brian Schottenheimer effect. No, Mike McCarthy said this 2 years ago. And the reason why he said it is because the Cowboys were not doing it. They were not doing it. The Cowboys would always be dilly-dallying around with contracts and arguing with players and going back and forth and waiting on this and waiting on that and going on vacations. And there was no sense of urgency when it came to player acquisition, player personnel, and getting the front office business done. This isn't this is not the Brian Schottenheimer effect like people think it is. No. Mike McCarthy was saying these things. He was saying these things. He was saying, get everything in order. Get it all in order. So that when you come into these camps, you hit the ground running. And what have the Cowboys done differently? And this is why nobody can call the George Pickens situation. It is nothing like Micah Parsons. It is nothing like the Micah Parsons situation. I mean, it's not even close. The media keeps trying to make it close. There's some people out there who want to make it close. It's not even close. It's not even close. This George Pickens thing doesn't even resemble, at this point, doesn't even resemble Micah Parsons. Doesn't even resemble. Because I'm going to tell you something about the George Pickens signing. George Pickens signed because he's signing up to do everything. He didn't have to sign now. He's signing up to do everything. And in the grand scheme of things, they're taking care of business. And we ought to be excited. We got to sometimes, as the Cowboy fans, we got to be able to step back sometimes. Because sometimes you can't see the forest for the trees. If you're always complaining about what you want or complaining about what didn't happen, if you're always saying, okay, you got this, but I need some more. Okay, you got this, but I need some more. You will think that nothing is happening because you're not getting what you want. But if you'll step back, if you will really step back and look at how the Cowboys have been conducting business, do you not realize we're actually conducting business like we actually got a pretty good GM? Dare I say that the Cowboys are actually being ran like we have a legitimate general manager and front office. I know. It's a brand new concept. It's a brand new concept for the Dallas Cowboys. It's a brand new concept. But this is exactly what we're watching. The Cowboys are doing so many things right. And they're doing so many things right that we can't even stop for a moment and say, they are doing a lot of things right. There's no drama. I'm just telling you. There's no drama on this team. It's all manufactured. It's all manufactured drama. It's manufactured drama. All of it. Because in the grand scheme of things, and I'm not just going to give this to the coaches, Bass, and I get what everybody's thinking. This isn't just the coaches. Jerry Jones has been saying this at every return, that sometimes when you're not having success, you have to step back, look at yourself and say, I got to do some things different. No, this isn't actually being ran as much as people think it is. It's not being ran. It's not being ran by Brian Schottenheimer and Christian Parker. It is not being ran by them. They have put together a collective front office group that is working in tandem. Unlike in previous years, they're working in tandem with Jerry, Steven, Will McClay's scouting department, Brian Schottenheimer, Christian Parker, the other coaches, because some of the players on this team, they are not about Christian Parker. Some of the players on this team is also about some of the coaches who are on this staff. And the Cowboys did the same thing. And the problem is they had the wrong coaches last year. They did the same thing last year as far as letting some of the coaches have some influence. But they're doing it different this year. They're doing it different. And even when you listen to Brian Schottenheimer keeps saying the same thing. He's impressed by Jerry and Steven Jones. He keeps saying they're impressed. Why is he impressed? Because they're not just listening. And this is the big difference in Jerry and Steven this year. Even last year, but even more so this year. They're not just listening. They're asking questions. They're not just listening. They're asking questions. That rather than when somebody says, hey, we want this, we want that, they're saying, okay, why do you want them? Oh, because they fit into this scheme, that scheme, and that scheme. And they say, okay, well, what does that scheme mean? Jerry has been saying this over and over and over. And I'm telling you, Steven Jones was saying this last year. I'm still giving Steven Jones grace because Steven Jones said our goal is to build the best squad, have the best squad in the league. And you know what he hasn't said yet? We have the best squad in the league. He said that last year. And the thing that if you pay attention to what Steven Jones has been saying over and over and over, even though he's getting on my nerves sometimes, Steven Jones says, there's more to do. Have y'all noticed this? He was saying it even on the last night of the draft, I believe. There's more to do. We need more players in here. We need more players in here. Steven isn't dumb. This is what I was saying to Angie the other day. The Cowboys are fully aware that they still need more help if they can get it. They're not just going to take anything. That's obvious. But if they can get it, they're going to go get that pass rush help. If they can get it, they'll add another dynamic linebacker. If they can get it, they're going to get another cornerback. If they can get it, they're still looking. They're still looking. And that's the part where I'm encouraged. This isn't just about, because you got to realize something. Brian and Christian Parker, and this is why I'm giving Jerry credit. I'm giving the front office credit because, watch this, Brian and Christian Parker can only do as much as Jerry will allow them to do. Nah, them boys are working, man. They are working together. They are working together in everything they're doing. They're working together. And when you work together like that, you can accomplish so many things. One of the most powerful things when you read the story of the Tower of Babel, I believe in Genesis 11, when you read that story, one of the things that God says when he looks down, even when they're doing wrong, he says, we must go down there and stop them. Because as long as they're speaking the same thing, thinking the same thing, there is nothing that they can't accomplish. That's how you build championships. I'm telling you what Stephen Jones said. I'm telling you what Stephen Jones is saying. Stephen Jones, and I said this the other night, and you might not remember. The Cowboys, they know what they're missing. I don't think there's no, they know what they're missing. I think they know that they need a little bit more. I think they know this. The issue is they're gonna wait on the opportunity to get it. I've told y'all before, man, let me tell you what's crazy out there right now. Do you realize that it is insane at how many of these teams are declining some of these players' fifth-year options? The Cowboys are going to have more opportunities. They're going to have more opportunities to improve this team. What this team is currently isn't what this team is going to be, I believe, by the time the season starts. It's not going to be the same team. All of these rookies that you've seen, they're here to stay. They're not going anywhere. I would say the majority. Yeah, I got you, Edge. I saw the JK. I think that means joking. You're going to have to get me up on the lingo. You got to get me up on the lingo. Angie, hey, I'm going backwards on you, Angie. I'm out here now. I'm out here now trying to learn that new dance. I've been messing with my wife. I'm out here trying to learn that new dance from South Dallas. I'm gonna think of the name of it. I'm gonna tell you what it is in a moment. But yeah, I got you. Yeah, but again, the Cowboys, I don't think this team is gonna look the same. Post June 1st, watch what I tell you. This team isn't gonna look the same. This team isn't gonna look the same. After the preseason, it's not going to look the same. They're going to continue to tweak this team. And do not be surprised. There will be a team post June 1st. You watch what I tell you. There will be a team post June 1st. And they are going to drop somebody that nobody expected. You watch what I tell you. You watch what I tell you. Hey, don't worry. I'm going to show you too. I've been working hard, man. When you buy, Angie, you will not believe this. I used to be a dance champ when I was younger. Oh man, let me tell you something. The body don't work like it used to. I used to be it back in the day. I got best dancer like 2 years in a row in high school. I was kill them dance floors. Now I'm in them church pulpits. That's all I'm doing now. To God be the glory. But yeah, dance moves don't come to me easy like they used to, Angie. I be struggling hard with them dance moves. My wife be laughing. All right, so again, but I do want to give Brian Schottenheimer a lot of credit. Don't get me wrong, I'm giving Jerry credit, but I want to give Brian a lot of credit. I want to give Christian Parker some credit, but I really want to give Jerry credit. I mean, not Jerry, I want to give Brian credit. Because Brian, the thing that I give Brian credit for, and I've been saying this now, this is the second year. Brian has figured out something that nobody has been able to do since Jimmy Johnson. He has been able to work with the Joneses. Work in a way to where they trust him. And they're trusting him even more. And it isn't because of the trust they have in Brian Schottenheimer that they're listening to anything that they're listening to what Christian Parker is saying, because they trust Brian Schottenheimer. So, man, I'm telling you, man, I'm giving this whole movement. I'm giving this whole movement credit, man. It's great. Oh no, this is before church grave digger. Oh no, I was moonwalking. Amen. I was the Miss Major, she said, how you be dancing now, G? Oh, yeah, now I just be dancing the clown. Yeah, now I just be dancing the clown. I be clowning with my wife. Yeah, I be clowning now. No, not like I used to. I be clowning now. I be clowning, just having fun now. Yeah. But again, I'm telling us, man, the Cowboys are doing some things right. And Gravedigger, I'm telling you, I'm going to stick to where I was before. For as much as I like Christian Parker, he ain't the cheat code grave digger. No, Christian Parker is not the cheat code. Let me tell you who the cheat code is. Mark my word. The cheat code is BT Jordan. Yeah. That's the real cheat code. BT Jordan. Man, this dude, what he did in Denver is incredible, bro. He is the real cheat code. BT Jordan is going to have this team on fire. He is going to have this team on fire. He's going to have the pass rush on fire. And I like some of these rookie pass rushers they got. But I'm still thinking that the Cowboys, if they can, I think they're going to try to bring in one more person. I think they're going to try to bring in one more person. I think they're looking for that one guy that says, this guy can rush the passer. Rashawn Gary, I think the Cowboys got confidence in him, but I think they're looking for one more person. JCT Slice, he said, yeah, I think we'll be okay. I'm putting my trust in Christian Parker, Shotty, but most importantly, Dak, we still have forward. Yeah. Yeah, man. I don't think they're going to keep looking. I don't think they're going to quit looking for talent. I don't. I think when I'm thinking about Jerry Jones, I think they're trying their best to channel. They're trying to channel the 1992 Cowboys. They're trying to channel it. And so when you get a team built like they got it built right now, you think about what happened in 1992. Charles Haley was the icing on the cake. Charles Haley came and took that 1992 team over the top. I don't think they've gotten that player yet, and I think that's what they're looking for. I think they are looking for that type of player. That one player defensively that says, don't get me wrong, because I'm telling you now, Quentin Williams is a monster. But I think they're looking for that one defensive player that says, okay, once we get this all put together, and it's a very good running machine, let's find that one player, that one veteran player that takes us over the top. Even though I'm going to let y'all hear some stuff, Angie, the rest of y'all, I'm just telling you, they're acting like Caleb Downs is that part, man. People are talking. I'm going to let you hear some stuff here in a moment. Shoot, man, they're acting like Caleb Downs is that part. Angie said, I can give Jerry and Steven credit for what they've done. And Angie, let's do it like this. So far, what they've done. But don't shoot me, I got PTSD. Angie, a lot of people do. I'm chilling. I'm holding off on my complaining. I'll wait until the 5th game. Yeah, a lot of people have PTSD as it applies to the Cowboys because we keep thinking we've seen some of these things before. Even though we step back, I mean, it's like we really hadn't seen some of this stuff before. But at the end of the day, we still say, okay, we've seen this before. We've seen this before. But I think they're still looking for that player. I think they're still looking for that player or players. I do. George is that player on offense. They are solidified offensively. They don't need, the only thing I would say the Cowboys need offensively is, can we make up our minds at the left tackle and the right tackle situation? And let's get that settled sooner than later. See if we got to do some moving around and get that situation situated. And I do think that there needs to be a running back that emerges as the number 2 running back, because we definitely need a 1-2 punch at running back. And not a number 2 so much by committee. No, we need a solid number 2 running back. And then we can sprinkle in a third one. Like if somebody like a Jaden Blue can really get it going with the speed and everything. But we're going to see. But we just got some tweaking to do now. Miss Matrix said, I've been holding back a little, but why are we overhyping the DC? We haven't seen him call a single defensive play yet. What are we really doing? I've been saying the same thing. I got to get him on the field. And that's why I keep saying that. Got to get him on the field. I got to get him on the field. I got to see what he does on the field. So we're going to check out Christian Parker here. We're going to listen to the Christian Parker interview. It's not that long. Kind of listen to some things that he says. One thing I can tell you about Christian Parker, I just got to give him credit. This is the part I can give him credit for. Man, his confidence, this man confidence is out. This man confidence is on 9 right now. I mean, Christian Parker confidence level on 9, y'all. It's on 9. I'm telling you, this dude's confidence level is on 9. There is no doubt in his mind that they're going to do well. There's no doubt in his mind. All right, let's check out the Christian Parker interview. Dude got a different type of swag. I give him that. I don't know what he's going to do on the field. He definitely got a different type of swag. Check him out.
Versatility in getting a guy like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think a guy like Caleb, he's a natural football player. He's one of those, first picks in the schoolyard, you know what I mean? So he's going to have natural versatility, and just a matter of, what he can handle mentally and how we fit everything together.
Got this coconut water, y'all.
Just being in the building.
Terrible.
Getting him acclimated.
It's great for you, but it's terrible.
He's the same guy we had in the building on the 30 visit, same guy we saw on tape, just an intentional person, consistent, really, just flatline, you know what I mean? Not like in terms of not having energy, but he's just consistent in terms of his approach and everything he does.
Shawty said that he kind of has a gravitational pull to him a little bit around other people. Mm-hmm. What have you seen from him just interacting with other players and other guys here since he got here?
Yeah, I think he just naturally has that. He's naturally engaging, naturally just interacting with everybody. He kind of has that spirit about him. So I think it just comes natural to who he is.
How would have the two of you all kind of hit it off, would you say? It seems like you're both sort of cerebral football junkies. How have you hit it off?
Yeah, hit it off pretty well. I think even down to his 30 visit coming in here, he was very familiar with what we were going to do because he watched our tape from Philadelphia. The past 2 years, Jim Knowles and Matt Guerrieri, their safeties coach, came up to visit us in Philly during the spring twice when I was there. So a lot of the stuff he was familiar with. From the shell system and some of the things. They played a different style, but it was very similar. So talked about some of those things on his visit, talked about his tape, and it's been the same thing, last night and today.
Christian, what did you see from Malachi at UCF that jumped off the film and then in your meetings with him that, made you comfortable putting him in this whole defense?
Yeah, we had him in the formal process at the Combine. I think you see just a natural rusher on tape. He has natural instincts. He could turn his toe at the top of the rush. He plays with power. He plays with urgent effort. You see him just, running down quarterbacks, and that's one thing we talk about. The 3 quarterbacks in our division are all athletic. So anybody we deploy on the edge has to be able to run sideline to sideline with him, and he had that. We had him in the room, very smart, very thorough, very just, detailed in everything that he talked about from run, pass, how we studied our linemen, just the whole 9 yards. So had really good exposure to him in that process.
We're looking at Jayshon Barham during the draft process and your history and the defenses that you've learned under. How did you kind of see Barham as this chess piece that you could use as an inside linebacker?
Well, I think the best thing is you don't have to project it because you see it. At both Maryland and Michigan, he's playing in both spots. He's playing off the ball. He's playing on the edge. They're playing Ohio State. It's goal line. He's 3 yards behind the nose and just tracking the football. So you see those different traits. So you want to see him off the ball and kind of see how that goes from that transition before you put him anywhere else. You could take advantage of more versatility when he's on that second level than if he's on the edge. But he's certainly capable of playing both. We're gonna keep him at Mike right now and kind of see how that goes.
How have you seen that type of player succeed in past defenses that you've been a part of?
It's kind of similar to in that process.
We're looking at Jayshon Barham during the draft process and your history and the defenses that you've learned under. How did you kind of see Barham as this chess piece that you could use as an inside linebacker?
Well, I think the best thing is you don't have to project it because you see it. At both Maryland and Michigan, he's playing in both spots. He's playing off the ball. He's playing on the edge. They're playing Ohio State. It's goal line. He's 3 yards behind the nose and just tracking the football. So you see those different traits. So you want to see him off the ball and kind of see how that goes from that transition before you put him anywhere else. You could take advantage of more versatility when he's on that second level than if he's on the edge. But he's certainly capable of playing both. We're gonna keep him at Mike right now and kind of see how that goes.
How have you seen that?
So he said they're going to keep Jayshon Barham at the Mike linebacker. Okay, I see. Douglas Jackson. This is that Vita Coco Farmers Organic, man. Boy, let me tell you, man, this boy. That's one thing when you start eating and drinking healthy, man. You just eating and drinking to live, cause you ain't living any longer to eat and drink, cause the food don't taste good a lot of times. When them drinks that be good for them things be terrible, man. Oh, this coconut milk is terrible, man. Whew. Terrible. But again, let me read some of these things here. Let me read a couple of things. Angie said, hope, wishful thinking maybe is what fans lean on until it comes true or not. Yeah, you got to think about from the biblical perspective of hope, Angie. I always explain this when you think about hope, because in the biblical perspective, hope never disappoints. Now, hope is supposed to be built on the evidence of things not seen. But even though there is, the thing that you don't see, the evidence is, what are you watching? What are you watching? So in the grand scheme of things, what the Cowboys have done on paper, kind of what they've done in the draft, what they've done in free agency, that gives us hope based on actual facts, because hope is actually based on facts. Hope shouldn't be based on wishful thinking, because hope based on wishful thinking actually isn't hope. Hope based on wishful thinking is actually not hope. Really, in the grand scheme of things, when we think about hope, the hope of, for example, the hope of going to heaven. We all have one hope. Well, that hope isn't based on chance. That hope is based on facts of what we know, because we are watching the evidence of what we hope for. And that hope of what we watching, the hope is ourselves, for example, that we've been changed. That's the hope. We know that we actually we know we're going because we're watching the evidence of things not seen. So with the Cowboys, what we are watching up until this point, we can have hope because they're doing the right thing. And that hope, what we're doing is, okay, can that hope continue to grow as they continue to do the right things? And then will it come to fruition? Because at the end of the day, you think about the concept of hope based on facts. Your hope eventually gets fulfilled to where it is no longer hope, but it actually happens. So what we got to do with this thing with the Cowboys is, with the things that they've done, we can all legitimately have hope. Fired Matt Eberflus, bought in Christian Parker, bought in BT Jordan, bought in a good staff, had a good free agency, had a really, really good draft. Now we're going to wait and see kind of what happens after post June 1st. And we're going to see what happens when they get it on the field in training camp. And the more we see and how it works, we can continue to say we have hope based on what we see. But if it falls apart, it goes away from hope. And then it goes to wishful thinking. See, biblical hope and what the world call hope is two different things. The world goes into a gas station and says, yeah, man, let me buy a lottery ticket, man. I hope I win. No, that's not actually hope. That's wishful thinking. It's not actually hope, because when you look at the odds of winning based on a scratch off, the reality is you actually have no hope. That's wishful thinking. But hope says, no, I got evidence of when I do this, or what's happening is this is going to be the result. I know that probably, you got to really wrap your head around that, but that is the biblical perspective of hope. Hope as in the Bible, hope is not based on chance. Hope is based off the evidence of things not seen. And the evidence is actually the thing that is seen of the thing that is not seen, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. Bad said, just think of the mindset of the Joneses. They wanted a Jim Leonard. We kind of glimpse of them, of what they are opting for following the offering of Eberflus. Yeah, that was a very good move by the Cowboys. And it's definitely like they are trying to make up for a lot of those types of mistakes. JCT Slice said, I find it fascinating that Jeff Stoutland from Philadelphia made an excuse for Jalen Hurts, saying his O-line wasn't good enough last season, seeing as how Eagles fans didn't care about Dak's defense. Man, if you let other teams tell it. I was even listening to Trey Wingo today talking about everybody has the same problems. I don't think everybody has the same problems. Man, Gravedigger, I can tell you, man, this one right here, it is strictly for health, because this stuff is terrible, man. This stuff is terrible. Ain't no other way to get around it, man. It's terrible. What's going on, NJ fans? It is terrible. That's all I can tell you. But again, based on what we're seeing, we can have some hope. But if he get on the field, Angie, and fall apart, Angie, it get on the field and fall apart, there ain't no hope. Because now we're seeing the evidence that it's not working. Angie said, yeah, I'm saying it as two different things. I'm saying fans may lean on, not saying they are one and say, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Because some are probably leaning on wishful thinking. But I think what a lot of us are actually leaning on is we're leaning on the fact that we're seeing the evidence of, hey, man, the Cowboys are kind of moving different. They're kind of moving different. And so we're watching some of these things they're doing, and we're like, hey, I think we can have some hope. I think we got hope because we're saying they're doing some things right. Now, the issue is, I'm going to tell y'all what the true litmus test is going to be. Now, y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm going to tell you what the true litmus test is. Andrew, you ready for the true litmus test? Andrew, let me give you the true litmus test. Let me tell you what I'm going to use as the litmus test this year. This is going to be the litmus test for me. Do y'all remember? Do y'all remember when the Los Angeles Rams came to town? Boy, do y'all remember when the Los Angeles Rams came to town? And the Los Angeles Rams, let me tell y'all what's crazy. Now that we can look back in hindsight is 2020, do y'all remember how that defense looked when Sean McVay's offense went against that defense? I mean, receivers were running wide open. The running back was running through just wide open holes. And do y'all remember what we were saying? Oh, man, you can't be judging the Cowboys on a scrimmage, man. Oh, it's a scrimmage. Even Brian Schottenheimer, oh, it's a scrimmage. Yeah, we wasn't trying to show everything. You know, we got this opportunity to catch everybody off guard and by surprise. Yeah, okay. Because you know what's funny to me? That defense looked exactly how it looked in them Rams scrimmages. Man, that defense, it looked exactly like it looked in those Rams scrimmages. Do we realize that? We actually saw what this defense was way back in Oxnard with the Rams. Man, they was tearing us to pieces. Man, they was running wide open on us, and we were making every excuses. So I'm telling y'all now, my litmus test for what we're doing, I want to see what we do in that Rams scrimmage this year. I want to see what we do in that Rams scrimmage. If we do pretty good in that Rams scrimmage, I'm really going to be saying, hey, man, the defense is kind of improved. Defense is improved. Because I'm telling you now, that Rams scrimmage, boy, we got told limb from limb. And everybody was saying, oh, man, it's just a scrimmage. Oh, man, it's the Rams scrimmage. They ain't trying to show the Rams nothing. Shoot, the Rams trying to show them everything, though. Shoot, Rams unleashed. And you know what's crazy? When you think about that scrimmage, the way the Rams looked in that scrimmage, that's the way the Rams looked the whole season. Yeah. Championships start in March. Championships start in March. They don't start in September. They start in March. Man, Rams look just like they looked the whole season. And we looked how we looked the whole season. Rams exposed us. And everybody was like, oh, man, you can't judge no. Man, I'll go back and pull up them videos and laugh about it. Oh, man, you can't judge a team by the scrimmage. Shoot, it's exactly who we were. Catherine the Kid said, that's so true, G. Shoot. Catherine the Kids, I'll go back and pull up all that stuff. Boy, we were making so many excuses. Shoot, got straight up clown. Man, we got Bozo the Clown. We were Bozo the Clown in that doggone scrimmage. Bad said, in spite of the Joneses and all the BS that this team or this franchise is to deal with, I believe the players have to play through it all and overcome. That's also ultimately how they can win a bowl. Now, Baz, but let me say this again. You know what I'm liking though? They're not really putting them through anything this year. This has been strictly football. The only drama has been from the media, pretty much. I mean, Cowboys have been pretty resolved on how they're handling Aubrey, how they're handling Pickens, resolved on free agency, resolved on the draft. I mean, they've been pretty resolved at everything. No drama. It's the media that continues to create the drama around the Cowboys. Cowboys, nah, they ain't doing none of this. They ain't doing none of this. Jerry Best, he said, nightmare, we just playing vanilla, but a bit of chocolate. Strawberry bananas, because everybody was eating on the defense, no pun. He said, but I can still stop a running, but they can stop a running nose. Hey, man, they got, all that old vanilla talk was crazy. All that old vanilla talk was crazy. Catherine Rita Kidd said, and didn't one of those players shove one of the Rams coaches? Yep. Angie, I'm telling us, I don't want McCarthy coaching my team, but I would love to have McCarthy on an advisory board. The man knows football. He knows football. Angie said, I remember McCarthy said it starts in April. Yeah. Bass said, remember that the helm of all this, and it could look very bad or very good, but remember, resign your mind to knowing that the Joneses run the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah, but man, I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt this year. They've just been doing so many things different. Angie, do you realize that a lot of these players the Cowboys let go of, they can't find a job now? Yeah, they can't find a job. I saw something, they were talking about it. Yeah, they can't find a job. They said the defense was so bad that these players the Cowboys let go of, they can't find a job.
What type of players succeed in past defenses that you've been a part of?
It's kind of similar to Baron Browning was probably the most recent example. When he was at Ohio State, he played both spots. We drafted him in Denver. He was hurt when he came out. He ended up starting his rookie year at Mike and started for a couple games for us, and then he ended up moving to edge after that. But Jay Sean has some similar traits to Baron. We just got to kind of bring him along and see how the brain works.
When you took that defensive coordinator job and you looked at the way the roster was on defense,
NJ fans, we need Jordan Brooks
compared to then.
I think we've done a good job. I think the Joneses and Will and their staff over there, they've done a good job just assessing and evaluating talent. Bringing players to us. We're having great dialogue on what the schematic fits are, what we're looking for, what we expect those guys to do in different situations. If we have this, then maybe we don't have that, and kind of how to piece it all together. Because the defense is going to get formed about the personnel that we have. But their process has been very thorough in terms of just accumulating the talent.
Christian, what's your
Angie, I also heard that the Washington Commanders may be picking up Trayvon Diggs. Said Trayvon Diggs and Dan Quinn are close. I think that Trayvon Diggs, if he just gets his rehab right, I think Diggs can still play. I really do. I think he can still play.
Philosophy on the communicator for the defense? Does it need to be a linebacker? Can it be Caleb? Wearing the green dot and those kind of things. Who do you think is the candidate?
There'll be multiple options, and we'll kind of figure that out as we go. We don't play a game for a long time, so we got time for that.
A lot of conversation about you is about your history with Vic Fangio. How much is
now? I really want to capitalize on something he's saying right here. This is why they wanted smart players. The Cowboys want players to where they have options of who can be the green dot. And whoever, I guess that person is going to emerge during the training camp. But they want all of these guys smart enough to be able to be green dots. And that really makes a lot of sense because one of the things that was plaguing the Cowboys last year is always being out of position. Always being out of position. You need guys who can all be green dots so that when you give the play, they all know where they need to be. They all know where they need to be. Yeah, the thing with Diggs, he's got to get those knees rehab because if he can get those knees rehab, he's good to go. I think he'll be good to go. I think he can still play. He just needs to get in a system that he can play in. That's what he needs to do. He needs to get in a system he can play in. And so that's going to be the key. Catherine the Kid said Diggs will play a couple of snaps and be really. I'm just telling you right now. I still got an ongoing bet with my wife, Katharina Kids. I still got an ongoing bet with my wife. I still say Diggs is going to wind up in Green Bay. Angie said, she said, but I agree. I feel the same way about Diggs. Angie, I got an ongoing bet with my wife. He's going to wind back up in Green Bay. I think he's going to wind back up in Green Bay. Baz said if the Cowboys were to get Brooks, I'd lose my mind, but Jordan Brooks is not a green dot either. And so I think this is one of the things the Cowboys are doing. I think they're basically saying we want guys smart enough to where they can be green dot. Doesn't matter. Miss Major said DQQ with everybody, G. That's actually a good spot to be in as a coach, though. Yeah. Yeah, DQ is a player's coach. No doubt about it. Baz said CP has been on record stating that safety or linebacker can be green dot. Well, I can tell you now, Caleb Downs can play green dot. He said, I like that and dislike that for various reasons. Yeah. You know, I'll be honest with you, though. For as smart as Caleb Downs is, everybody keeps saying he is, I would really rather them have a veteran, if possible. I would actually rather them have a veteran at the Mike linebacker. I really would. That green dot linebacker, I really would. I would rather them have a veteran there. For just for safety, man. I would just like to have that type of that veteran at that spot. But I don't know if they're going to be able to find it. That's going to be the problem. Yeah, that's going to be the problem. In NJ fans, he said, by the way, Brooks refuses green dot, just wants to tackle. Yeah, I can live with that. What up, Angie? What up, Angel Eyes? What up? Gravedigger said D. Winters wore the green dot for a bit when Fred Warner went down in San Fran and he learned from the best. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing that. I really think that D. Winters is that veteran linebacker here. Angie said, I don't hate Diggs or Micah, but I understand why they aren't here anymore. I wish them the best. Just don't do good against Cowboys. You know, Angie, let me tell you something about Diggs, Micah Parsons, and others. They are, whether we're going to look back on it, I think, in a year or two, and we're going to realize this more and more. But Diggs and Micah Parsons were a part of the growth for this team. To trade Micah Parsons, that's a tough one. I'm just telling you, that's tough. To trade a player like Micah Parsons, that's tough. But I think we'll look back in a year or two, and we're going to realize that the Cowboys are better for it. Because those are the types of things, they either make you or break you. And I think we're going to be better for when we look at because I think the Micah Parsons situation and even the Trayvon Diggs situation, I don't think people realize, but I think those two situations also made Jerry Jones realize, I got to do some things different. I really think those two things made them realize they need to do some things different too. So I think we'll look back on those, and I think we're gonna say later in a year, I think that was a part of the growth for the Cowboys to get where they needed to be. Sometimes, man, you have to lose somebody. You know, sometimes you have to lose somebody major. I mean, this happens in life. Sometimes you have to lose major people out of your life in order for you to really become who you need to become. That's how you grow in your life. You grow in your life like that. And I think teams grow like that because it gets you from being so dependent on certain things or just thinking things are always going to be a certain way. Really helps you grow. I think we're going to look back on that and think that. But I'm with you. I wish them all the luck. I still like Micah Parsons. Like Trayvon Diggs. I just don't think they were for the Cowboys anymore. Micah Parsons, you know, people talk about I was thinking the other day, you know, we talk about the podcast, but I don't think it's his podcast that people were mad about. I think it was the things he was saying on the podcast because he was still productive with the podcast. Caleb Downs got a podcast, but this is what these college kids are doing now. A lot of these college kids coming out with these doggone podcasts. But the issue is, I think when you have your podcast, you got to keep that podcast to a point to where it really doesn't cross the line with your team. You know, don't let it cross the line with your team. Don't Don't let it draw any kind of negativity towards your team, and I think you'll be okay.
That a carryover? Do you have new things that you want to implement, or is it going to be a lot of similarities?
We'll see.
Jerry talked about how lucky they were to get Caleb Downs for him to fall as far as he did. What was just your perspective on draft night as you're watching the picks go in and you're like, hey, Caleb is still there, and knowing how much you guys liked him?
Yeah, I mean, you're just seeing the guys come off the board, and you're just seeing his name is still up there, and you're just hoping that we get in striking distance where you don't have to sacrifice everything to go get him. And I think we got to a certain spot we were comfortable with. Jerry made the call to go make it happen, and I'm glad we did.
What was your reaction?
See, that's a great point right there. That's a great point. And I really think that puts you kind of in the mind of kind of where Christian Parker and the front office were. They didn't have to give up a lot to go get Caleb Downs. Because if the Cowboys would have traded to that number 2 or 3 spot, I'm telling you now, draft is over even next year. They'd have had to give up some serious draft capital, 12, 20, and probably something next year. If they'd have went to number 3, 2, 3, 6, they would have gave up some serious draft capital. And so that would have stopped them from being able to do some of the things that they did later on. So very good job by the Cowboys of getting Caleb Downs at number 11. And a part of that was luck with some of the things that happened in front of them.
After the pick went in?
I was pretty excited.
Will said that you were sending a lot of pictures of Caleb just randomly throughout
Yeah.
those. What kind of led to that?
I just wanted to give them little reminders. As you go through this process, we have the position meetings and then we restack the board and everything. There's a lot of names. It's not just defense, it's offense, it's special teams. So just, kind of send them a couple reminders. Maybe, you can schedule messages to get sent on the iPhone now. So you send it at night, get it sent at 8 a.m. the next morning.
I didn't know that.
So
I'm
when
going
he
to check
walks in
into
the
that.
office, he kind of sees it and everything. So I'll say it worked out pretty well.
What's your vision for LT Overton on the defensive line?
Yeah, I didn't know that right there. I'm about to look into that. Look and see how you do that. Schedule messages on the iPhone now, huh? Schedule my wife good morning text and still be asleep. What's up, Jeremy Betts? Jeremy Betts said, man, Michael wasn't focused or mature. You don't understand how y'all don't see that. Y'all don't see that. Ain't no way he can be a leader of this team and they be mentally strong enough to win big games while doing a podcast. What are we doing here? Hey, I'm going to tell you something else, Jeremy Betts. I'm going to tell you something else that people might not realize. I think Jerry Jones and Michael Parsons had gotten too close. And I think that's one of the reasons why Michael might not have been as focused as he was supposed to be. I think they had gotten really, really close. And I think that was starting to be an issue. I mean, man, you can be close. Man, there is close and then there is a father-son relationship. And I think this even happened with Tony Romo and Jerry Jones. Man, Tony Romo got way too close to Jerry Jones. Man, when you start going to Jerry Jones's grandson or great-grandson's football games and all that stuff, man, that stuff becomes tough, man. That stuff becomes real tough. And I think the relationship between those two got to a point to where it just, I think that was starting to affect him too somewhat. And I think that's why this whole thing blew up as it applies to Michael and Jerry. Them dudes, man, they got too close. I'm telling you, they got too close. Christian Legal said, I think Caleb Downs will be the next Deion Sanders, Darrell Reeves, Ed Reed, and Darren Woodson. Man, you know what, man? You got some names in there, Christian Legal. I got to wait and see on that, man. Because, boy, when you talk about safeties and mentioning them in the same conversation with Ed Reed, man, shoot, Ed Reed was an alien, bro. Man, you go back and look at Ed Reed. Man, you go back and look at Ed Reed highlights now, you be like, man, that dude was from another planet, man. Ed Reed was from another planet. Reeves, I don't know if there'll be another Reeves, and I definitely don't think there'll be another Deion Sanders. But, man, Darrell Reeves was different, too. That boy, Darrell Reeves, boy. Reeves was not even the fastest, but the technique was insanity. The technique was insanity. Angie said, in my eyes, Michael wasn't a leader based off being a vocal leader. It was more so his talent. But that's the problem. It's like people automatically label someone a leader because of their talent. Angie, this was the biggest problem I had with the Cowboys. This was the biggest problem that I had. The Cowboys feel like when they pay a player, he's supposed to be a leader. If they make him the highest paid player, he's supposed to be a leader. I don't think that's what a leader is. They were trying to make Micah Parsons into something that he's not. And I agree. I think Micah does lead with his talent. I don't think he leads as a vocal leader. I don't even necessarily sometimes, depending upon how he's acting, I don't think he's that kind of leader. I think he's the kind of guy that leads with his talent. And the Cowboys were just, man, it's just, even Trayvon Diggs, that's not, I'm just telling you, just kind of seeing how Trayvon Diggs carried himself. Man, Trayvon Diggs is not the kind of guy you want to be a leader on your team vocally. Diggs is more of a leader also by the way he plays. The swagger that he played with before he started getting injured. Man, that's how a player like even Diggs leads. And again, the Cowboys been always trying to make people into leaders. But I can tell you what they have done, and I think what they've done very well. If you look at what they've done over the last 2 years, they have been intent on getting college players who are leadership material. Just look at it. Just look at what they've done. Tyler Booker comes to my mind from last year. Of all those, it was Tyler Booker. Tyler Booker is a leader. Absolute leader. I think they did a really good job with Cooper Beebe. But sure, last year it was Tyler Booker. He's one of those guys. They did a good job with Ty Smith. Ty Smith is one of those kind of guys. So when you look at it, especially last year, we already know Dak is. CeeDee Lamb is getting better every single year. I like a lot of the things that CeeDee Lamb does, and he has really taken George Pickens under his wing, and I think he's done a great job from the leadership perspective with that. But if you look at the defense, look at what they're doing. Caleb Downs, what's his name? Jay Sean. I mean, when you look at some of these guys that they have picked up this draft, all of these guys, they're getting guys that fit that traits or those traits they want, as in these guys being leaders all over the field. And I was actually tripping that Jerry called Caleb Downs. He said he kind of like a Pied Piper. He reminds him of Dak Prescott on the Dak Prescott on the defense. So we're gonna see.
Where do you envision him playing, and what kind of role do you see him having?
Yeah, we see him as a defensive tackle. We know he can play on the edge some. That's what he did at Alabama. We've seen him play over tackles and tight ends and kind of play more vertical. So, Marcus kind of has a good plan for him, whether it's the 3, the 4-eye, playing some 5. But we really see a versatile player that, he plays a violent style. He uses his hand well. He plays with a good power base. He's been in different alignments already, so it's going to be even more comfortable for him here.
What's your objective? Let me get as much talent as I can, and we'll figure out who's the mic, who's the slot, and those kinds of things. In comparison to we're signing or we're drafting a true mic or a true slot guy.
Yeah. You just want as many good players as you can possibly find, and that's our job to figure it out from there.
That's why it was important for you to say, let me get some versatility in some of these guys that you're acquiring, whether it's the draft or free agency.
Yeah, I think naturally, like really good football players that are smart and play the right way and play with intensity, like those are naturally going to be versatile players. Now, you don't need everybody to play versatile. Like everybody doesn't have to play in multiple spots. You want guys to get good at one spot. If they can do multiple jobs and wear multiple hats, that is what it is. But I wouldn't say we were seeking to find as many players that could play, it's not like, other sports where you got to play both. You know what I'm saying? If we can have a guy just play safety and we have the best nickel, we're going to do that. If it's a guy that we want to play in one position in base, one position in nickel, we're going to do that too. So I think we just wanted as many good players as we could find.
What do you like about D. Wonders?
I think number one, you feel his athleticism and you just feel his intensity to the football. He's a really good space player. He can really evaporate space, when that ball's thrown in check downs or he's, running from, C gap to C gap or A gap to C gap or whatever it might be. You just see this intensity and really good angles that he plays with, and he's violent, and we encourage that. So, we think he's going to have a good transition, kind of getting started working with him, and we're ready to see how it goes.
How does he compare to Overshown in as far as the green dot is concerned? What you want those two linebackers to do?
We'll see. It's too early to tell.
Christian,
I realize it's only an hour practice. It's rookie minicamp. Not everybody's out there. What was it like to be on the grass today for the first time and seeing some of the things that you want to see athletically from these guys?
Oh, it was good. I think anytime you get back on the practice field, like that's, a safe haven in a lot of situations, you know what I'm saying? So seeing the coaches coach, the position coaches and their detail and their emphasis on certain things, seeing the players moving around, I think anytime you get out there and you hear that music blaring, you're one step closer to really kind of, getting to it, and that's what we do this for.
Christian, what have you learned about how to delegate throughout your coaching staff, what your vision is, what you want them to do, and how to apply that?
Yeah, I think, number one, I've had some really good examples to learn from, with Mike Elko, Mike Pettin, Ejiro Evero, Vance Joseph, and Vic. They did that, so I saw that in that style. So really just what was comfortable for me, meeting a lot together and kind of explaining the vision, getting that input, us kind of having a collective shared vision on what we want this defense to be like, because this is our defense. I don't want it to be called the Eagles defense or Vic's defense. Like, this is going to be ours. So we've been really intentional about going about that process, from language that we use and the workflow that we have and everything else. So it's been real fun.
Back on the draft process and
I've been saying this about Christian Parker from the moment they hired him. We don't know what this man's defense is going to be yet. We just don't know what it's going to be. And that's going to be the big thing about what we are watching. What is his defense going to look like? And watch this. Not only what is his defense going to be, what is it going to look like? What is it going to look like against the opposition? What is it going to look like? So he's going to have a long, what we got now? He's got about 4 months. He's got about 4 months to really make that thing come together. Make that defense really, really, really come together. And being a first-year coach, we have seen how most of not all of these first-year Dallas Cowboy defense coordinators, they struggled bad in their first year. So we got to see if Christian Parker can buck that trend of being bad at the first half, digging themselves out of a hole in the second half, and coming back. So we got to see how that's going to turn out. But one thing I like about Christian Parker is I like Christian Parker's composure. You notice his composure? He's got a lot of confidence. I mean, way more confidence than I saw in Matt Eberflus. No, he's got a lot of confidence. And I don't think he has what I call an arrogant confidence. Confidence and arrogance are two different things. Confidence comes from, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. And I know how to execute it. That's confidence. Arrogance is people who just because of who they are, they just like, oh man, everything I do, I got the Midas touch, it turn to goal, and everything's going to be successful. No, this dude seems to have a serious plan. He seems to have a serious plan. He's implementing it already. It was just 1 hour today, but I think they're already kind of gotten the playbook or kind of getting some basic things down about what they're going to do. And he's very, very confident. And so the proof is going to be in the pudding. How does it look when they get it out on the field? Ek Chung, he said, I think Calais Campbell would have been a good add for the leadership in the locker room. Now, keep in mind, I don't think they're done. I don't think the Cowboys are done. I think as we get close to the season, after June 1st, the post June 1st cuts, the Cowboys, I believe, are going to add maybe a couple of more veterans. We'll see how it goes. Gravedigger said a leader has to be one to elevate everyone around them by leading by example, live by integrity, honor, loyalty, and selflessness. Yeah, see what you're saying. Bad City, is that balling? You say you're balling? Bass, that 18 don't even look right on Caleb Downs, bruh. Man, they're going to take away from this man's superpowers with that number 18, man. They got to get it, yeah. Eddie said Big Q is a leader. Yeah, I believe so, too. He had Sam and others hyped to play. I think Dak was hyped, too, and he just got on the team. Yeah, we're going to listen to Darren Woodson tonight. Darren Woodson talked about Quinnen and Kenny in their second year, they're going to be dangerous. And I believe so too. I think Kenny and Quinnen in their second year, they're going to be dangerous. They're going to be really dangerous. And I believe that Christian Parker is going to put them in position to actually be elite. Brandon said if you play elite with number 2 instead of 18, then take 2. But really, the number means nothing, man. These players, man, they superstitious, bro. Man, let me tell you something about, man. Brandon, come let me tell you something. Michael Jordan said something that is absolutely crazy, but so true. Michael Jordan, man, and of course, you know, because he had Jordan Brand. This is insane to me. Number one, let me tell you how good Michael Jordan is. My favorite Air Jordan of all time is the Air Jordan 1. Anybody ever wore Air Jordan 1s? If you wear an Air Jordan 1, you know Michael Jordan was an alien. You can't play basketball in Air Jordan 1s, man. You can't. Man, I don't understand how this man played basketball in Air Jordan 1s. Nevertheless, Michael Jordan did it. But he also said, get this, Brandon Cup. Check this out. You say a number don't mean nothing. Michael Jordan wore a brand new pair of shoes every single game he played in the NBA. He wore a brand new pair of Jordans. And when asked, why did he wear a new pair of Jordans every game? And he kind of made like a weird reference, like, you know, having that new pair of shoes on every single game, it really gave me that little extra oomph, a new pair of shoes. Well, you think about how people play. You ever played basketball in Little League, middle school, high school? Man, you get a new pair of shoes, man. Man, you'll think you could dunk before you realize you can't. I mean, man, you be out there doing all kinds of stuff because of them shoes, man. Man, you be out there doing all kinds of stuff because of them shoes. It's just something about it. It's the same thing with them jerseys, man. I mean, them numbers. Man, people get hyped over stuff like that. They get hyped over stuff like that. I'm telling you. I mean, I think he'll play the same, but it's just a different thing mentally with that number 2. He gonna have number 2. He gonna pay Kobe Durant. I don't know why Kobe Durant rolling up over here in Dallas trying to get number 2. If I'm not mistaken, when he was over there in the doggone Rams, when he was over there with the Rams, I think he was number 14, man. We're gonna look it up in a minute. But I think Kobe Durant was number 14 over there. But nevertheless, man, Christian Parker said this defense is gonna be the Cowboys defense. I like that. We're gonna see what it look like.
Texting of photos and such. How much did you feel like your voice was heard by the Joneses, by Will, as the process went along?
Yeah, I feel like it was a very collaborative approach, you know, from Will to the Joneses to Klein Kubiak to Shadi to the position coaches. I mean, there's a whole lot of dialogue. You're getting different perspectives. People are responsible for looking at certain things and gathering certain information. So I think as we kind of explained what we were looking for and how we were looking for it.
Now, y'all remember what I told y'all in my opening. Let me go back and let you hear I almost called him Kobe Durant. Let me go back and let you hear Christian Parker say this himself. Christian Parker said it was a collaborative effort. This is how they're working, and this is why this is working so well. It's a collaborative effort.
And such. How much did you feel like your voice was heard by the Joneses, by Will, as the process went along?
Yeah, I feel like it was a very collaborative approach, you know, from Will to the Joneses to Klein Kubiak to Shadi to the position coaches. I mean, there's a whole lot of dialogue. You're getting different perspectives. People are responsible for looking at certain things and gathering certain information. So I think as we kind of explained what we were looking for and how we were looking for it, I think it all came together and was real collaborative.
Yeah, Ange, I'm about to circle the block on them Jordan 2s. I mean, on them baby blues. Yeah, I'm about to circle the block on them joints. What's them Jordan 11s? Them low top Jordan 11s, right? Yeah, I'm gonna circle the block on those. I got my eyes on a couple of them Jordan 1s. I'm gonna circle the block and get 2. I'm hearing that these cap and gown 6s tomorrow are gonna sit, so might have to circle the block on those too later on. But again, man, Christian Parker, pretty good interview. Not making no, crazy promises or anything like that. So, just got to get it on the field. Once he get it on the field, we're going to see what it do. Just got to get it on the field. So, I'm going to be very patient when it comes to Christian Parker. I got to see it on the field. Because I'm telling you, my litmus test for the Cowboys is going to be simple. My litmus test is going to be that Rams scrimmage at Oxnard, California. They're going to tell me everything I need to know. Because last year, they embarrassed us. They embarrassed us. I'm telling us. They embarrassed us. And so I want to see what we look like in that game. All right, you just got them fours. They two. They white and red. Oh, okay. I see. Shoe game crazy. Okay, you one of them collectors got them shoes like got a whole wall of shoes, ain't you, Angie? Whole wall of shoes. All right. I could, but kind of like Miss Matrix mentioned earlier. I could, my Jordan collection. I've been trying to start them back up, but man, I had to wear some. I had to wear some Gators every now and then too. I have to wear them Gators sometimes too. So them Gators, man, they cost a little bit different. Man, them Gators different. So I can't wear them Jordans like I want to. But I tell you what I did get this year as far as Jordans go, boy. I got them Taxi 12s, man. Never got the Taxi 12s when I was young. I always wanted them. Got them Taxi 12s. Still in the box. I don't even know if I'm gonna wear them things. I might have to get me a second pair before I even wear those. Love them Jordan 12 taxis, but I got them joints sitting up in the box. All right, so let's go to some of these player interviews. Player interviews. They were talking today after the 1 hour mini camp. And so everything, let's see. Yeah, let's look at some of the player interviews.
Last week, Ben?
Got about 14 minutes of these. Appreciate y'all in the chat. But hey, man, the mini camp. I'm hoping they start doing some video clips and stuff, even though they ain't much to see. I mean, we got a reporter up there in Cleveland talking about we got a reporter up there in Cleveland talking about Deshaun Watson got the edge coming out of doggone t-shirts and shorts. Come on, man. Ain't nobody trying to rookie training camp, it is what it is. I'm ready to see what would go down when we get to the actual training camp in Oxnard in July.
So how's this last week been since you've been drafted? Is it still kind of a whirlwind? You feel like you're getting settled?
Oh yeah, I'm getting settled now. I feel good now. I got the helmet on today, not full pads, but helmet cleats, so feeling way better.
Yeah, you go through the draft process and you don't really do football. How good is it?
Man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I thought CeeDee Lamb had like the nicest locks on the Cowboys team. Man, this dude done knocked CeeDee Lamb off the mantle. That dude got some locks out this world, man. Man, them locks cold, man. Them locks are cold. Got them things all silky down look like ropes.
Just get on the grass and put your helmet on.
Like I said, it feel good, I'm a football player, so that's what I want to do. I want to play football. I want to be on the
field.
This
dude,
a new teammate. So
this dude right here, man, this is the second time I heard this dude talk. Man, this dude right here, boy, he is football. I have not seen this dude crack a smile yet.
Just building that chemistry, building that bond. It's been good.
The Cowboys talked about you playing more linebacker, and them looking at you as a linebacker. Did you play more edge last year? The year before you played linebacker, just talk about the abilities at linebacker.
My ability.
Frank Lawrence, boy, this dude is serious, man. This dude has not cracked a smile since 2 interviews. Hadn't seen him crack a smile yet.
Oklahoma drill. I'm just curious because Oklahoma drills got kind of canceled a little bit. Did you ever run an Oklahoma drill?
I mean, you can find out. We can.
You right now?
We can do it. Yeah.
He was a safety.
Man, even his smile don't even look like a smile, bro.
Hey,
D3.
Come on now, yeah. It ain't too far.
It would work out in your favor, not mine.
Yeah, of course.
But anyways, when you hear that kind of description, how do you think that kind of?
I mean, I think that's kind of a compliment. That just say that I'm a big guy, aggressive type of player that I like to hit. So I think that's a compliment almost.
Working with Christian Parker so far, obviously, his defense is very multiple. Just it's very early on, but how has he been teaching you guys, and how have you been acclimating?
Hey, man. Hey, Baz, this type of dude right here, man. This type of dude right here, you see him somewhere and he just look at you, bro. He just look at you, man. You get uncomfortable, man. You like you think it might be a risk. It might be a fight might be about to jump off of this dude, man. He very intense, man.
Just what he wants in his system.
I've been mainly with Coach Scott talking.
Yeah, NJ Fans, boy, he got them locked, man. That man got them locks, man.
He kind of like broke it down how he sees stuff and how he want the game to be played. But I think we still getting there and building that with Coach Parker, like as me talking to him. So
he look like Blade, and Blade took care of his hair.
His mindset is there, like for the team, definitely.
When you look around at this defense and the guys that y'all have on it, not only Caleb, but some of the vets.
Gravedigger, wait, Gravedigger, hold on a second. You didn't catch the other Gravedigger. Did you catch the other part? You know, he said you can go outside, right? You go outside, right? He said you can find out. Wait a minute. Hey, go, Gravedigger, you catch the other part? The dude said that would work to your. He said that would work more to your advantage. He said, of course. I said, what? Boy, this dude built different, bro. This dude built different, man. He said, of course. I mean, he just over here just clouded this dude, boy. This dude different, man. He intense.
What do you feel like this potential is for this year?
I think the potential is high. I mean, we was talking about Super Bowls and championships today, so I feel like that's the goal, Super Bowl.
Who was talking
I'm with you, Tatiana.
Did Shotty lead that, or that was just the players talking about that? Or?
I mean, players and Coach Parker, both. That's as a team. That's what we want.
Obviously, you went up against Caleb.
Hold on. He said they talking Super Bowl up in here. Hold on. Ooh. Hold on. He said they talking about Super Bowl up in here, man. Brandon Cup said his hairline is on his forehead, not like Wilson, who has half a zero and those questionable dreads. Cam Clown has, oh, man. Yeah. Cam need to cut them things off, bro. Shoot, Andrew ain't playing. Ooh-wee. Boy, he that type dude, if he was dating his sister, man, you came to the crib and saw him, shoot, man. You got to tell his sister, I'm going to have to break up with you. you got to tell his sister, I got to break up with you. Because if I was to cheat on you, your brother would probably kill me, man. You probably be too afraid to even break up with her or cheat on her. Man, you ain't lying, man. She looking tits, boy. Man said he ain't even hit the turf yet. Yeah, he looked pretty serious, man. Chris Legal said he said Shotty cancelled the Oklahoma drill because of this guy. Serious, man. He looked serious. Bass said he stayed ready. He one of them YNs that say, I got that thing. We gonna, boy, shoot. Man, like I said, he one of them type dudes. Yeah, y'all ever see a chick like that, man? You thinking about dating her? Go to a crib, see her brother, you be like, oh, heck no. No. Shoot, no, that's your brother? No, can't do it.
Downs, and we kind of talked about that on draft night a little bit, but now that you're kind of practicing with him, what have you seen from him and what he's kind of brought, just being around you guys?
I mean, we haven't seen much. We didn't do too much today, but I mean, of course, him just working. Of course, that's what you see off the bat, just him working, taking notes, of course. But I mean, that's what you kind of expect coming here. And being
you ain't lying, Johnny Jackson. He got lunatic eyes.
I think he's doing that.
Between now and week one, what do you want to work on in your game the most?
I love how he's so no nonsense though. You know, he just like, man, we ain't even doing nothing out there, man. You know, they asking him, they asking this dude like they out there running. You know, they out here asking him like they out here running 11 on 11. He like, man, we ain't even running nothing. What you talking about? We ain't really doing it. It was only an hour, bro. That's an hour, man.
For me, the Eagles, Baltimore, I think they kind of all got the same type of scheme going on. So I feel like that's the familiarity right there. Is that cover?
Ed, you said you gonna call him Killer J.
And the season, I don't know if they've talked about that. What do you see your ability? You see opportunity?
Gravedigger said that man has that 1,000-yard stare like I do. Man, shoot. Gravedigger. You ever heard somebody say if looks could kill? He got that look when they say if looks could kill, boy. Shoot, he the type of dude, man. He that type of dude, if he say it again, you won't say it again. I bet you won't say it again. He that type of dude, if he say it again, you won't say it again. I guarantee you won't. You won't say it again, I guarantee you. Shoot, say it again. Shoot, man. You ain't gonna, boy, you'll look away and walk away. You ain't gonna say it again. Boy, you look intense, man. He remind me of my cousin who used to beat up everybody when I was in high school. Name was Floyd. He used to beat the brakes off people, 2 and 3 at a time. Had that same type of look.
Come in and make instant impact.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Do you have an inside linebacker you model your game after, or someone?
Man, you see the way he just answered Clarence Hill? Clarence Hill better stop playing with this man. Listen to this answer he just gave Clarence. He just, of course, say something else.
Talk to me about that. What do you see your ability? You see an opportunity to come in and make instant impact?
Yes, sir. Of course.
Do you have an inside linebacker you model your game after, or someone?
Well, just straight ball, man. He's a straight
I like
ball,
Ray
man.
Lewis, Aziz from Texans.
Shoot, Tatiana, I'm like you. He tell you
That's
say
a
it.
couple guys.
Shoot, he tell you to say it again. I ain't saying nothing. I'm like, nah, bro. You got it, man. You got it. I ain't saying nothing. You got it. Shoot. Hey, man. Edgy, you say you need to wear a ski mask. Oh, he be worse with a ski mask. I don't even think his players. I don't even think his players can handle him wearing a ski mask.
So, for sure. Well, those are the
What
main
stands
guys.
out about them that you
About
like?
them? I
He
feel
a
like they're all
baller.
different type of players. Ray Lewis, definitely just straight hitter. But he like commander. He looked like commander of the defense. Aziz, that's a take your head off type of guy.
Shoot, he's a
and Fred, he
baller,
more
man.
Like the cover chill guy. He can run sideline to sideline.
Which one are you?
Which one am I? I want to be all three. So yeah, I want to show all three so I can hit, so that I'm smart. But for right now, I definitely think I'm the hitter almost.
Take your head off, cap guy.
For sure.
Like you gonna do to him.
Yeah. Definitely.
5 minutes from now.
Wait a minute, I meant to say angel eyes. Rick, wait,
Come on now.
What's up? Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Of course. Appreciate it.
What's this last week been like for you? Just trying to get settled.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I said angel eyes. Am I? Shoot. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Man, I'm telling you. Man, that dude got the kind of looks. Bass said Floyd sounded like it, man. It was only one man that whooped my butt, and his name was Levon. He said I got kicked in the head. In practice, I woke up next to my pops. Shoot. Man, my cousin Floyd, bro, he not only can fight, and he had the book sense, he probably could have played football for somebody. Man, I'm not even exaggerating. Man, he went down there as a freshman, at one of the schools in Tyler, Texas, but he played as a freshman. Man, he went down there, cracked the dude helmet, put that joke on varsity. He just didn't have the grade. That joker there. My cousin, I'm telling you, he looked almost identical to my cousin Floyd. Man, my cousin Floyd was whooping 2-3 dudes at a time, man. It wasn't nothing for him. Yeah, he got that kind of look. Hey, man. He tell you to say it again. I promise you ain't gonna say it again.
Has it hit you that you're in the league now?
Yeah, it's been pretty fun. I would say it really didn't hit until we went out to practice this morning. But it's been just, every emotion in the world, like trying to really understand what's going on. It's just really a good time.
Your familiarity with Frisco during the draft process, has this made this transition a little bit easier?
Yeah,
So wasn't maybe knocking any rust off of.
I am so hoping this guy pushes Tyler Guyton. I'm telling you, I hope this guy pushes Tyler Guyton, man. I really want this guy to push Tyler Guyton. Tyler Guyton really needs to be pushed by somebody. Okay, last year he came in, he was in good shape. But he needs something a little bit more to push him. Like somebody to replace him. He really needs to be pushed. He needs to understand your best ability is availability. And this dude has been putting in some work, man. I think I got a video on him. He's been putting in some work.
Adams and just kind of getting used to the staff.
just trying to get a feel of who they are as a coach, how they coach.
Now, is he number 66? Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute, hold on a second. Was he number 66 on this play right here? Because if he number 66 on this play, he flat out missed this block. Did anybody just see this?
Riley,
Look.
Adams and just kind of getting used to the staff.
Ain't this him right here?
Just trying to get a feel of who they are as a coach.
Wait a minute. Man, they got to stop showing these highlights on this dude right here. Man, this is like the second highlight I've seen. This dude be missing blocks, man. Did y'all see this? This dude be missing blocks.
so it wasn't maybe knocking any rust off.
Watch him.
And just kind of getting.
Watch him miss this block right here. What is this?
You know, just trying to get a feel of who they are as a coach. You know, how,
Come on, bro. They gotta stop showing this dude missing blocks, man. This is the second one of these I've seen this dude miss blocks on.
how they coach, their coaching style.
Man, this dude missed blocks.
It's been good. Their meetings and everything like that, it's been great so far.
What's it like to come to a team that the previous several years have committed so many resources to the line, first-round picks, and it's young guys, but guys who have established themselves pretty early.
Okay, so they had him as a guard. I see that. Okay. Man, I don't want him missing any blocks. Man, I want you to be able to do both of them.
It's exciting.
I see you, though. Okay, look out. You got me on that.
You know, only going to get better. And coming in and, you know, hoping to create healthy competition in that room and, you know, continue that. You know, that's the goal.
Did they talk about whether you were starting left or the right side?
I don't know what – I really don't know what – I'll be honest with you. I really don't know what to make of this guy. I really don't know what to make of him. I hope he can come in and push, but I really don't know what to make of this guy. I really don't. Chong, I appreciate that super chat. Oh, man, yeah, I remember when Jordan wore 45, man. Wore 45. Nick Anderson, 46. Nick Anderson, 46, ain't 23. Then he switched back and left 45 on the board. Yeah. Boy, I remember 45. Man, Jordan wasn't even playing right when he was wearing 45, bro. Something was wrong with Jordan was wearing 45. Oh. Boy, Jordan, it was a different person out there wearing that dang old 45, man. Yeah, I don't really know what to make of this kid. I hope he does well, though.
It doesn't matter to me. No, which side.
Okay, so this is him playing guard again, right?
We're going to get work at both and see where it takes it.
Bro, this is the second block this dude missed at the guard position. Well, I can say this, Christian Legal. Don't put him at guard. It's the second block, bro. I mean, I know it's a defensive back he's going up against, and that's probably part of the issue is the defensive back is a little bit quicker and gets around him. It's the second one of these blocks he's missed.
It doesn't matter to me. No, which side.
I think it's left tackle, Marvin.
See where it takes it.
Well, I'll tell you this. Don't put him at guard. Don't put him at guard, then. Whatever you do.
Well, right?
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to talk with any of the current Cowboys offensive line?
Okay, so he played guard at Penn State some, too.
Or anything like that?
Yeah, I met Tyler Smith this morning. I met Trevor Keegan this morning. You know, just good guys. Yeah, I know T-Book a little bit. So
if I know the Cowboys, he'll be playing tackle.
Reach out to you after
Ain't no doggone way they gonna put him at guard.
It was pretty quick. He hit me up, and just good to be back with him. Good dude and great ball player too.
You talked about the familiarity with Frisco, but to have a guy you kind of know a little bit in the room, in your position group, how do you think that will aid your learning curve here?
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that, you know, as a rookie last year, he's been through it recently, and so a guy that I can lean on if I need to. So that's definitely gonna be helpful.
How does a lineman make a strong first impression, not only with teammates but with the staff in particular, when you can learn the playbook and you can learn fundamentals, but you don't have that physical part yet?
I think a lot of it's effort, and it's going to be, you know, mindset and just showing them that you're going to work hard every single day, and just showing up and, you know, doing what the team.
Boy, you ain't. Yeah, he looked like he couldn't LB sure, Angie.
Really, the biggest thing right now for me is just going to be understanding the playbook more. You know, it's kind of like speaking a foreign language right now, so just really getting that down and, you know, being able to play fast there.
You remember guard reps in college? Like
No.
in practice? So this is like a whole new concept.
Yeah.
Put you aside.
Yeah, it would be new, but I'm willing to do it.
Caleb Downs obviously played at Ohio State. What do you remember about just scouting them and looking to playing him?
Yeah, he's a really good player. Can do a lot for a defense. You know, I just remember like some screen plays. He would blow it up. You know, very instinctual, very fast, and just really good ball player.
Was it one of those things even in the scouting process where you guys would hit like, hey, this guy is instinctual, you got to be on your P's and Q's, watch out for, he might read stuff? How was like?
Yeah, I mean, that would be more so like the quarterbacks and stuff, but we knew he was a good ball player going into that game.
All right, walk me through this last week.
All right, I don't really know what to make of this dude just yet. I really don't know what to make of him. I'm interested to see him in practice. But this dude right here, shoot, LT Overton, he another one of them. Shoot, LT Overton tell you, say it again. You probably won't even get to say, you probably won't even get to give a facial reaction. This dude here he probably just gonna go on and just mop you up real fast.
How it's been since you've been drafted? You feel like you're settled in, or still kind of new and fresh to you?
Definitely new and fresh. I mean, all the rookies just got here yesterday. Still getting.
See, this dude right here, he got a different type of look. He got one of them looks that look like, hey, you know what? I'm smiling, but I'm gonna do something to you. He got a different type of look. He different.
Better understanding, of the facility, however all the vets work. Really just trying to get a good system in so we can work in a good progress when it comes to the season.
What is part of that plan, that progress, and obviously more playing inside? How do you prep for that? Does it include both?
Either like your brother is.
Yeah. What does that process look like between now and training camp?
Definitely just getting them those good eyes and ears from our vets. That's what I've always been accountable on, especially coming out early out of my high school career, going into college early. Always dealt with the dudes older than me. Not if you're inside or outside, but if you find that contingency plan, you're gonna get through the year for sure.
What's been your father's influence on your career? Obviously, college player himself from Fort Worth. Tell me about his influence.
Really everything. I mean, he played for Oklahoma. Y'all know how good Oklahoma Sooners back in the day was, hardcore, gritty.
LT Overton is 6'5".
Implemented that throughout my childhood, my life, my livelihood, growing up until my manlyhood. He just on me about everything. It don't even have to be about football, school.
He just said I showed him and my brother got
mad.
Sure
Has he talked to you about his Dunbar days? Have you been to his old high school? How much do you know, I guess, or how much did he tell you about there?
No, he didn't tell me much about his old high school. He just told me how physical he was, powerful.
Andrew's your brother, is he big like this dude too?
I believe him.
What's the biggest thing you want to improve on between now and week one?
Definitely, I have to say playing a lot more games.
Boys are going to stop the run this year, guys. I'm telling you now. Okay, Christian Legau's dad played at Dunbar, huh? Okay. Yeah, his dad from up here, he one of them.
I could be second.
They scare off a date, especially if you got ulterior motives. You be like, nah, I can't date you.
Especially being behind guys
brother might handle up on me.
How influential was Coach Price?
Man, he's definitely another father.
Man, this dude be sweating profusely too, man, don't he?
College at 17.
This dude be sweating.
His main focus on me was
he need a personal fan out there.
Really getting into that football world because you gotta really accountability, responsibilities, all that dedication, all that takes place before you step on that
field.
Boy,
he be sweating, man.
You gotta lock that in, key that into your game plan. Say it again.
How big was that for you?
Oh, it was big for sure. I got to showcase my talent against the best, really the best.
Great nigga. This dude is 6'5", 278. You bigger than him?
Big legacy. That's just no kids. I'm gonna learn a lot from him. That's all.
He called him old head.
Now I know you were born in
Brady
College
Cup
Station.
said, "Don't sweat the technique." Nah, he's sweating.
Texas through and through, growing up until you guys moved.
He's sweating hard.
Allegiances, I guess.
And I always claim Texas. That's my number one. I used to go on all those Texas A&M games. When I was there when Johnny Manziel was there, so that's always going to be engraved in my head.
This dude
just being part of that atmosphere, and then going back there for 2 years, getting to actually be on the field in that environment. You won't ever forget nothing like that.
So when you got picked by the Cowboys, you were like, all right.
Oh yeah. We're bringing up. I know there's a lot of Aggies around here, and they show a lot of support, a lot of love, and I'm just ready. I know what love Texas brings to their football players, especially the Cowboys. I'm excited.
All right.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I really like this cast of characters better than the cast.
Appreciate it.
I really like this cast of characters this year better than the last year cast. I mean, these guys this year to me are more on par with Tyler Booker. Man, Tyler Booker to me, this dude, just the way he came in when the Cowboys drafted him, when he came on stage, yeah, man, you knew he was exactly what you was looking for. Talking about he make dudes want to quit football. This cast this year, Booker fits, these guys fit more in with Booker and Booker fits more in with them. So I like what the Cowboys have done. It seemed like personality-wise, they have gotten them for sure some dogs. Now Shelton, I'm gonna reserve a little bit of judgment on him. I mean, you gotta wait a little bit on that because he just don't. I gotta wait. I don't know. He seems like he's gonna be a little bit more work in progress. Jeremy, he said, good night, everyone. He said she still out with my mother. She's doing way better. She almost back to herself. Okay, good. Working on getting her strength back. The ones who kept her, yes, sir. Keeping her prayers for sure. Yeah. Yeah, Angie, that was the part I was talking about because I had said this before. I said, we got to see what his defense going to look like. Everybody think he's going to be Vic Fangio. I don't think he's going to be Vic Fangio. I don't. Yeah, Angie said, a lot of people were banking he would be similar to Fangio. I don't think he is. I don't think he is because one of the reasons why he can't be like Fangio is that he doesn't have the personnel. We got a different type of personnel. I think some of it's similar, but I also think it's different. So we're gonna see what it do. But I'm very excited about I'm very excited about this Cowboys defense. I want to see what it looks like. I'm ready to get it on the field. And again, the litmus test for me is going to be them doggone Rams in Oxnard. Because if they tear us up again, it's gonna be a long 8 to 9 games. And just kind of looking, when you think about Caleb Downs, y'all realize that a lot of people are saying the reason why the Cowboys are Super Bowl contenders is simply because of Caleb Downs. They are really looking at him saying he's really that good. He's really that good. I mean, yeah, I'm glad too, Angie, because that really got a lot of the anticipation of people thinking they're gonna see the Eagles defense again. So I'm glad he said that too. Shady, oh no. JCT, I don't even check out Speakeasy, man. Unless they saying something about Dallas. Frank said, gee, we have so many holes on defense. We better hope minimum 3 or more of those defensive players turn out to be killers. Yeah. I think they're going to be good, though. JCT said he says Josh can't help that he plays in the AFC. Well, okay, what that mean? It'd be tougher for him if he was in the NFC, I believe. We got some players over here, man. We got some teams over here. All right, let's check them out as they talk about Caleb Downs. They're basically talking like Caleb Downs is going to take us to the Super Bowl. Check it out.
Green Bay and check out some of the trends around the league. Packers saw a lot of defensive talent leave the building this offseason. Jonathan Gannon is the new defensive coordinator after Jeff Hafley left to coach the Dolphins. Green Bay also lost linebackers Rashawn Gary, Quay Walker, and Kingsley Enagbare. And Micah Parsons, recovering from injury, not expected.
Angie, they saying Caleb Downs going to take it to the Super Bowl.
Season. So, Mina, did the Packers bring in enough help to overcome all of that?
I don't think so, but they need a couple of things to happen to make it all right. One, Micah Parsons has to be immediately impactful when he comes back. I don't know if there's a more load-bearing player in the entire NFL than him as part of that pass rush. And then the other thing is...
One spot for Caleb Downs. Dallas also traded for... Jerry and company responded this offseason, took defensive players with 5 of their first 6 draft picks, including...
Okay, so looking at this right here, the Cowboys actually have added some veteran presence to the defense. Rashawn Gary, what I really like the Cowboys picked up, Jalen Thompson. I think Jalen Thompson is going to be awesome for the Cowboys. They got Jalen Thompson. I think Kobe Durant's going to be a playmaker for the Cowboys. And then on the rookie side, they're talking about Caleb Downs, but I'm really liking Jayshon Barham, and I think Devin Moore. Devin Moore is my second favorite player, but people are talking about Caleb Downs like he's going to take us to the Super Bowl. They're really talking like this. And so, again, when I kind of step back, we do got some veteran players on the team. We picked up some veteran players again. Rashawn Gary, Jalen Thompson, Kobe Durant. I mean, they're all pretty much veteran players, but I think maybe we could sprinkle a couple of more in there. And I'm not going to sleep on Darion Kendrick either. I believe Darion Kendrick is going to work his way onto this team. Is going to work his way onto the field. I'm sorry, I thought I had this on the screen. I think Darion Kendrick is going to work his way onto the field. I think PJ Locke, he's going to be successful. I like the players they brought in free agency. Really like the players they brought in the draft. I got a question mark beside, okay, they don't have him up there, but defensively, though, I like everything they did on defense. And I'm really high on Devin Moore. I really think he's going to be a really good cornerback for the Cowboys. So they got some depth in there. They got some depth, and they got some veteran presence in there. So we're going to see how it goes.
A trade up for Caleb Downs to take him at number 11 after they were picking at 12. Traded up one spot for Caleb Downs. Dallas also traded for Rashawn Gary, signed Jalen Thompson and Kobe Durant. New on NFL Live from new Cowboys defensive
Yeah, Eddie said that's a lot on the rookie. I hate when people put all that pressure on one player as if it's not a team sport. And see, this is why I'm liking Jalen Thompson, because I think Jalen Thompson being back there is going to help Caleb Downs out. You know, rather than playing with Malik Hooker, he'll have Jalen Thompson back there. I'm thinking whenever they run 4-3. And I even think with Jalen Thompson back there, and let's say they let Caleb run that nickel, I think P.J. Locke is going to work himself onto the field with one Jalen Thompson. So I think he's going to be helped out back there, Angie. I would be more concerned if it was him and Hooker, but since it's going to be him and Jalen Thompson, I think Jalen Thompson is really going to help him out back there. I really do. I think Thompson being back there. I also think Kobe Durant lining up sometimes at the cornerback position. Deron Bland, I don't think he's going to have to worry about having to focus so much on getting guys in position because they already got some guys who I think they'll know what they're doing.
Christian Parker, this a tweet from our Todd Archer. Parker saying, this is our defense. I don't want it to be called the Eagles defense.
Yeah, Angie, Thompson was my favorite free agent.
We've been really intentional about going about that process, from the language that we use, the workflow that we have. So it's been fun. And Caleb Downs, that aforementioned first-round pick, signed his 4-year fully guaranteed $28.9 million contract today. Obviously a lot riding on Caleb. Is he, Kevin Clark, the kind of difference maker that can elevate this Dallas defense?
Yes, he is. First of all, imagine the airtime the 1960 Cowboys would have gotten on this channel. I mean, the worst defense in franchise history. But I want to go through the things that the Cowboys were bottom 5 in on defense last year. Bottom 5 in yards after catch. Bottom 5 in tight window throws allowed. Bottom 5 in deep balls.
Yeah, they're saying he's going to move that needle, NJ Fins.
Solve almost all of those
Yeah,
problems.
I think Kobe going to be nice.
With tackles, but he'll get there. He can play at every level of the
Nah,
defense.
Slice, he'd be facing way better. He'd be facing some really good quarterbacks.
240 is a free safety.
There's some good ones over here.
He was everywhere. He can line up in the slot. He can line up an outside corner. He can be wherever you need him to be. He is an eraser. He is the number 1 pick for me that could have changed everything, and he will. The Cowboys will be NFC contenders.
Wow.
Yeah, just a
I mean, man, I don't know if I've seen people be up on a defensive player like this. I mean, they're literally saying he's about to change life for the Cowboys. Yeah, Larry Golden said it'll be a good balance between rookies and veterans. Yeah, the Cowboys have added some pretty good veterans. I think they have. People are not sold on Rashawn Gary, though, as the pass rusher that maybe the Cowboys are envisioning him to be. We'll see what happens. Brandon said getting Woodson was like a brand new running lot. Man, I'm telling you, they're acting like, man, even Darren Woodson said Caleb Downs was way ahead of him as far as where he was. Yeah, Edge, I'm with you. GB skipping comments should be a slogan. It is at this point. I love it. Kenneth Douglas said, what made the defense so bad yesterday was the DC, not the players' bad scheming. Some of it was players, but I agree with you. Most of it was the scheme and the coach. Just a pure disconnect.
Perfect fit for this defense. I know Christian Parker doesn't want to call it the Vic Fangio defense, so we won't. We'll just say that around the NFL, a lot of defenses seem to emulate this one guy who's been really good coaching the Philadelphia Eagles the past couple years, and what he asks of his safeties is a lot. They need to rock and roll pre and post snap. They want to disguise their intentions before the snap. They want to, even after the snap, disguise what their responsibilities are. They play light boxes, and so they need their safeties to run up and play the run. They need them to read the route distributions. They need them to poach routes coming over the middle of the field. Caleb Downs can do all that. He's not necessarily like the all-world playmaker. He's not like the physical force that a Nick Emenwari is, but those instincts, that intelligence, that ability to really play anything you need your safeties to do, that is rare. That is really hard to find, and it's going to be a difference maker for the Cowboys, no matter what this defense is called.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just going to think about how this maps onto the Philadelphia Eagles defense because it's a helpful exercise. And it's a very, very good defense. So Cowboys fans should be excited about the prospect. I also think they should be excited about the fact that some of the players who are already on the roster do have some similarities to Philadelphia. I mean, the Eagles' best pass rusher is Jalen Carter. I think the Cowboys' best pass rusher now is Quinnen Williams. Similar role. DeMarvion Overshown in some ways reminds me of Nakobe Dean because of his run and chase ability and upside as a pass rusher. But Downs, to me, is maybe the most interesting player when you think about the two defenses because while, Bill, you make some excellent points about how his versatility will allow them to show too high, rotate to one, and vice versa, I actually think in sub packages, he might be used as a big nickel, like Cooper DeJean, who I think has some similarities to him. You want him close to the line of scrimmage. He is a phenomenal tackler. You want him as a threat, as a blitzer. And I think safety is where the Cowboys are actually a little bit better off. I think they need more corners and an additional linebacker. But I'd be very excited about the idea of Downs playing that role because we know how impactful DeJean, has been in Philadelphia.
I also wouldn't sleep on Malachi Lawrence, the first-round edge out of UCF. 20 sacks in his college career. I know people thought it was a reach, but there is no such thing as a reach or an overpay if it solves your problems. They needed to throw resources at that position. He's not going to have to be a star like Caleb Downs year one for them to actually take a leap, but I think they're going to be able to work him in. The athleticism, if you look at his combine numbers, is off the charts. The floor is going to be very, very high for him year one. I'm expecting him to be a really good player, Dan.
You know, the last time the Cowboys drafted 2 defensive players in the first round was 2005. DeMarcus Lawrence and a guy named Marcus Spears.
Good.
I don't know what ever happened to that guy. But yeah, we'll see if we can dig something up on him. Hey, before we go, Amina and Bill, did you guys know that Kevin Clark may be the only Orlando Magic fan that I know?
Oh, they know.
And maybe there's a big game.
Man, I am telling you, they are just. I mean, the expectations for Caleb Downs are just. I mean, if we're saying that Christian Parker, the expectations are high, then what does this mean for Caleb Downs? I mean, they're literally acting like he is the savior of the defense. Lawrence said D. Warner's 50% of his tackles were stops where the result did not result in first down or TDs or a TD for an opponent. I don't want a player with a lot of tackles. In reality, most of them were downfield. Yeah, D. Warner's is a good addition. Very good addition. Oh, no, I'm going to have to check that out. Tackle Jeremiah Love. I'll see if I can find that tomorrow. But, man, they are acting like Caleb Downs, man. Shoot. I mean, man, I know he's good, but a lot of pressure they're putting on him, which I'm pretty sure he doesn't mind it. But definitely a lot of pressure. But they are talking like he is going to change life in Dallas. And I hope he does. I absolutely hope he does. I really do. I hope he does. I hope he does everything they're saying he's going to do. Yeah, Kenneth Douglas, he said Lawrence's win Super Bowls. We need this one to win one for Jerry's world. Yeah, I'm with you. McGow, he said Vegas has Dallas as a 3-3 odds to win the Super Bowl. Okay, what does that mean then? I'm not really familiar with all the odd stuff. 25-1 Super Bowl winner odds, 16th. Okay. All right, so let's kind of switch gears here, and we're going to kind of circle the block to Parker and Downs and Dak as we get ready to close here in about another, probably be about another 30 to 45 minutes. But I want to go to NFL on NBC. And Mike Florio was saying some very interesting things about George Pickens. Some of the similar things that I was saying about how George can really cash in, playing on this tag and everything. And I'll be honest with you, I hate the fact that George is going to have to play on the tag. And I still say I'm holding out hope. I think he's going to get a deal. I continue to say I am not going to be surprised if George Pickens gets a deal. I'm just not going to be surprised. But they are talking about the deal that he got and talking about kind of how he can break the bank similar to what I was saying, over the next couple of years. And I think some of this is just George Pickens being mature and understand what the situation is and not creating problems with this situation, and just, it is what it is. I got to deal with it.
20, and he was all in, and hell, he broke his leg. And still they tagged him again the next year, and that's when they realized, uh-oh, we're screwed here. We better give him a contract. So I think that Dak could let Pickens know this is the way you play it. And you're not helping the team and you're not helping yourself if you stay away until week 1, because then you're not going to be ready to go. We need you ready to go. And you go out and have a big year, and then next year, you get paid again. $32 million would be the tag again, money we never thought he would get. He may have to put in 2 more years before he hits the open market, but I think he's playing it the only way he can. He was in checkmate on this, and I think he's accepted it. And that's the greatest sign of maturity and understanding of what he needs to do to get the most out of his career.
Yeah.
That's a really good point, because I didn't think of it that way. And
George Pickens is...
I'm sitting here thinking, for a guy whose history has shown is going to be hard to replicate that and do all those different things and show up and be on time to all of those things.
You thought it was Kitty Lattimore,
I just think
Edgy.
about, man, you have to do that for another year. But if nobody's willing to be a taker and give you that money, then the pressure's back on him, like it was when he went to Dallas this year, of, hey, you got to be a model citizen, and everybody knows what you can do on the field. You got to be a model citizen and go and be productive on the field again. It's so hard as a player, because every time you go and have to do that again without getting the long-term contract, it puts so much pressure on you. But that's kind of the bet he's made when you think about it, exactly what you said.
Some of the same stuff I see
out there, where George Pickens played for the Cowboys all 4 years of his rookie contract and was as good all 4 years as he was this year, and they apply the non-exclusive franchise tag. I think if he had 4 years of what we saw this year, somebody would have said, we'll give up 2 first-round picks. We'll sign.
Well, if Pickens would have had 4 years of what he had last year, I don't think that I think the Cowboys would have already extended him. I don't even think it'd be a situation. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers would have extended him, and he had 4 years of what he had with the Cowboys.
To do an offer sheet. He just got to do it at least another year, and he may be forced to do it 2 more years. But he's got to do it another year, take the $27 million, and keep going. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks.
Yeah, he just got to do it 1 more year. Cowboys won't try to. They will not try to. They will not franchise tag him again. They will not do it. They're going to extend him. Angie, I actually think the Pickens situation is over. I really do. I think it's over. He's going to play on the tag, and I think that's going to be that. And then we'll see what happens next season. But Angie, I'm still holding out. I'm holding out. Wishful thinking. I just think the Cowboys are going to extend him. I just got a strange feeling they're going to extend him. And then it's really going to be over. The media is not going to have anything. They're not going to have anything to talk about. So I want to go over here to Darren Woodson. I want to go back to this Trey Wingo conversation, because I'm telling you, man, they were talking about some stuff in this interview that I want you guys to hear that I didn't let you hear the other day. Just some great stuff. Yeah, Angie, you got to think about it too. It's really the only thing they can talk about. And that's why they keep talking about it. Because they're want. Angie, think about this. They're wanting it to turn into the next Michael Parsons. That's what they want. And fortunately for us, I say fortunately for us, that it hasn't turned into that. And so they talk about it, but then it kind of just dies down, because especially when George signed that tag, it was over. It was nothing to even talk about no more. So the next thing is, remember, Angie, I'm going to give you the calendar again. Mark my words. Go ahead and prepare yourself. I'm going to go ahead and put these dates up here again. Go ahead and prepare yourself, Angie. Everybody else, prepare yourself. These are the dates you need to be looking out for. June 1st The June 1st and 2nd, June 8th and 9th, June 11th, mandatory OTAs. They're going to talk about it again in June. They're going to talk about it again. You're going to see them talking about this all through June. And then July the 14th and 15th, get ready. They're going to be talking about it the whole time. It'll probably be a whole week leading into July the 15th. And that's when this is when they're really going to try to get the drama going, is July the 15th if the Cowboys don't extend him. They're going to really try to get the drama going. And then come training camp. This is when I believe it's going to be at a fever pitch. I think it'll be at a fever pitch when training camp comes around. So we're going to see how this all turns out. But go ahead and get your popcorn ready, Angie. They're not going to stop talking about it. Yeah, I'm like you, Frank Lawrence, because I hope everything goes well, because I just got a feeling they can tell me anything they want to. Until July the 15th, I'm holding out to say that I believe they're going to sign him. I do. I think they extend him. And I wouldn't be surprised if George Pickens gives him a great team discount, as long as he gets somewhere around $70 million guaranteed, $65, $70 million guaranteed. I think he'll be here to stay. All right. I want to take us back over here to this Trey Wingo conversation that he was having with Darren Woodson. I didn't play the rest of this the other day, but Darren Woodson said some other things about Dak Prescott that I think y'all be interested in hearing. He had a lot of interesting things to say about Dak Prescott, but he also had some interesting things to say about Caleb Downs. Darren Woodson is very high on Caleb Downs also. And again, I'm with you, Marvin Mays. If he just does half of what people think he's going to do, man, Cowboys going to be more than okay.
Cowboys have not had the success.
They're going to be more than okay. All right, let me see if I can find this Caleb Downs conversation real quick. Let me see.
Success since you were there, and you guys and that
in there. That lines everybody up. Everyone looked at Downs with this Cowboys defense over the last. Think about anyone else. We weren't giving. They weren't lifting up anyone. The biggest thing I've seen, not with Caleb Downs, but with this Cowboys defense over the last 10 years, even with Mike Zimmer.
Well, that's interesting, because what did Tank Lawrence say when he left? I loved the Cowboys game. That Seattle defense in the back half of the season.
Defense, and then we went on special team, great defense.
I think most people would say kicker. Whatever, go out there, make your
special spot on the bus. Like, he is just. We're involved. It is culture. It's him talking to the marketing team.
What do you love most about what you've seen out of Caleb Downs?
The biggest thing I've seen, not just culture.
All right, this is Darren Woodson talking about Caleb Downs. Check him out.
Guy.
Let's go there then. Because,
let's go. Yeah.
Because, everyone has sort of raved about the way the Cowboys approach the draft. And as we showed everybody, Will McClay has a strategy. Obviously, getting Caleb Downs was huge. First and foremost, I saw you tweet right afterwards that you loved the pick. Yeah. What do you love most about what you've seen out of Caleb Downs?
The biggest thing I've seen, not with Caleb Downs, but with this Cowboys defense over the last 10 years, even with Mike Zimmer, and then last year with Eberflus, one of the biggest problems they had was getting lined up.
That sounds crazy. That sounds crazy, right?
Yes,
doesn't that sound
they
crazy?
couldn't get lined up. They all played cover 3 differently. Not everybody played cover 3 the same way. Cover 2 was one half of the field played a certain way. You bring another corner in, he plays it a different way. They were busting coverages on man-to-man, basic man-to-man coverages, which that's the easiest coverage. This is who you got. Like we used to always say, but this is who you got. You got your guy, right? Yeah. You can't make those mistakes, right?
No.
I think when they went out this year, they said, okay, we're going to go get this general. We're going to get this guy who's a student of the game. He's been known through Nick Saban when he was at Alabama. He was known through Patricia out at Ohio State as the guy that he was the one on the field who made all the calls. And I can't tell you how important that is to know where you're supposed to be, how you get into your checks, the disguise game as well, because the disguise game doesn't just happen on Sundays when you're disguising coverages.
Yeah, it's that
is
coconut
practiced
water.
over and over and over in the off season, through walkthroughs, through training camp. You go through all these processes, and they have not disguised the coverage in years since Parcells. So I'm curious to know.
Just think about what Darren Woodson is saying and how insane this is. You haven't disguised coverages in 10 plus years. This is one of the main things that a lot of these new defenses do. They disguise everything they're doing.
Oh,
that is nasty work.
What's going to happen when they finally get that field general in there?
Yeah, I'm trying to get back small, Gravedigger. I got to get back small, man.
That lines everybody up. Everyone looks to him to be the leader, and then they move forward. That's the guy that I'm looking for.
That stuns me that that's been a problem for them. I mean, that's like when some of the offensive lines were having struggles, Damian Woody, our friend, would say, hey, if all else fails, maybe just block the guy in front of you. You know, like that guy, go with. That is really amazing that they had trouble lining up. And hopefully Caleb Downs can do that. You know, a lot of people talk about Caleb, well, he can do this and he can do that.
And you said is. I can't believe San Francisco picked him up. He is outdated. And Angie, you know one of the biggest things with Matt Eberflus? No connection with players. I just don't think he has connection with players. None. I just don't think he has any connection. Outdated. Was and is outdated. I agree with you. He is outdated.
Why they say he's a Darren Woodson 2.0, or you're the comp a lot of times, is because you were one of those first guys. People forget you played linebacker at Arizona State, and you were so big, but you were fast and agile that Jimmy moved you back to safety, which you didn't like at first, but it turned out to be great for you. Do you see a little bit of that in Caleb as well?
Yeah, I think he's way ahead of me on the growth pattern. Look, he's been playing the safety position for years. This is what he's done since high school. Like, you know, even younger than that. He gets it. He totally gets it. I came in, Trey, and I had to learn from a linebacker position to the safety position to the cornerback position. Basically, I was the nickel guy. My first year, I had to learn.
This man, Johnny Jackson, done tripped out in here tonight. Johnny Jackson said Matt Eberflus. Johnny Jackson said outdated. He ran volleyball formations on the field. Johnny Jackson, he's running volleyball formations, bro. Brandon Cup said Flus sat back and got a check. Boy, he was terrible. He was terrible, man. Flus was just stubborn. I don't think I've ever seen a coach that stubborn, man.
Coverages on how to play as a nickelback, how to play the man-to-man on the outside, inside.
Angie, you know about that Dallas style? That Dallas style. Angie, some of these dudes in Dallas is wearing their hair, no hair, and they got their hair in the back. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. I can't do it. He might be trying to grow it in the back. They doing it these days, Angie. I couldn't do it. I can't do it.
The coverages, cover 3, cover 2. I had to learn those things, and it took a while for me to get there. My first year, I didn't start because Jimmy didn't trust me my first year, coming from a linebacker to a safety to a nickel, right? So
Thomas Everett was a starter.
Thomas Everett and James Washington and Ray Horton.
They
had guys who taught me. They actually taught me the game my first year. Caleb Downs is going to come in. He's been with Nick Saban. They've been running intricate defenses forever, pro-style defenses. They've been running pro-style defenses at Ohio State.
Yeah,
he
cut it
gets
out,
They always
Cook.
talk about the fact that he's like the coach on the field. That is saying something. That's saying something about the character of this young man because, this is the kind of player the Cowboys absolutely need. They need another leader on the defensive side of the ball that they have not had for a long time. And I think it's comparable to what they have on the offensive side of the ball in Dak Prescott. Now you got a strong leader on the defensive side of the ball. Things run through him, even as a rookie.
Jerry said the same thing about Caleb Downs, talking about Caleb Downs being Dak Prescott on the defense. Same thing.
Yeah. I think we're going to see this. Even as a rookie, we're going to see players look to him to get them in the right defense, look to him to be in the locker room, have a level head, look to him to be a guy who's not complaining about the fact that they're practicing for an hour and a half outside. Like, I can't tell you how many times my great friend Mark Schlereth Stink used to always say the football players complain about every damn thing known to man. We do. And sometimes you need a guy in that locker room to say, hey, man, stop complaining. Let's go out there and get this done, right? Let's get through this practice. And I think that's the guy they just got.
Well, it's interesting, too. You mentioned listening, right? And you just look at their draft. Caleb Downs, safety. Malachi Lawrence, edge. Jay-Sean Barham, edge. Now, Drew Shelton's an offensive lineman from Penn State. The Cowboys have been really good at drafting offensive linemen, so I'm going to think he's going to turn out pretty well. Then a cornerback, Devin Moore. Another edge, L.T. Overton. And for the hell of it, they finish out with a wide receiver in the 7th round named Anthony Smith. But of those picks, defense, offense. I mean, they went heavy on the defensive side of the ball. And these.
All right, let me show you something here real quick. Angie, have you seen this hairdo right here? Let me see if I can get it up on the screen. Let me see if you've seen this hairdo right here. Angie, you seen this right here? What you think about that, Angie? Have you seen that? Man, when I saw this haircut right here, I said, I can't do it. I cannot do this style right here, man. Angie, this is what you're talking about Woodson trying to do? Anybody seen this hair? I can't do this haircut right here, man. I can't. Angie, what you think about that haircut, man? I can't do this haircut right here, man. Boy, this too much for me. This is too much. Boy, come on, man. Come on, man. Boy, when I saw this haircut, boy, I was crying, Angie. Woo-wee. Boy, I was crying when I saw, boy, hey, Chris Legal, you better tell him about that, man. You better tell him about that South Dallas. You better tell him. Angel Eyes, what you think about that cut? What you think about that cut, Angel Eyes? I can't do it. Boy, I can't do it, boy. Boy, I was crying when I saw this right here, boy. Boy, I was crying. I said, there's no way this is real. And people are doing this. People are doing it. I can't do it. Men are doing this. I just can't do this. Grave nigga said they be walking up to the barber saying, mess my head up, and the barber says, say no more. Oh, grave nigga. Boy, hey, Dr. Jackson, that's that Shaolin monk, boy. Can't do it, bro. Can't do it. Can't do it. Shoot. JCT Slice said his barber choked, man. Ooh. He choked, bro. He choked. He choked. And she said, why'd I cut it off? It looks stupid. Man, boy, it's a lot of people. It's Angie, it's catching on. I can't do it. Angel Eyes. She says, a guy in my hometown with that same haircut. Boy, I can't do it. Man, let me tell you something. You walking around with that haircut, boy, your pockets better be on swole. Your pockets better be on swole with that haircut. Man, you better be, man, I can't do it. Frank Lord said, gee, I'm in Jersey, 1,533 miles away. He said, all these years, I got to fly down to a week in Dallas at a game at AT&T. Yeah, we got to do that. He said, you guys will have to get me squared away before my visit. Yes, sir. Yeah, Chris Legal, man. Hey, man, I get my hair cut like that, and then I'd be doing that South Dallas. Oh, man, I'd be over with, bro. Do that South Dallas, it'd be over with. NJ Fins, I don't know what it is, bro. Hey, no, that ain't business in the front, part in the back, bro. That is no business in the front. That is no business in the front, bro, and a part in the back. That is no business. Boy, when I saw this haircut, I said, this is crazy work. Angie said that's what Darren Woodson trying to do. let me let you hear Darren Woodson talk about Dak Prescott, man. Let me see here. I meant to say I said Parker, but I'm gonna leave it at let me see. Maybe he'll do Parker right here. Let me see.
Guys and the returning guys that they have and some of the guys that they shed, they'll find a way on defense. Offensively, I think they're in pretty good shape with or without George Pickens and last one at all in Super Bowl 30. So when I heard you say ring, obviously you think this team is that talented right now.
I think the team is very talented offensively.
Yeah.
I think they're very talented offensively. And if Dak and Prescott can play at the high level for 17 games and doesn't get hurt, I think they always, because they have a good quarterback and because they have good skill players, that being that Pickens is back next year in his second year, I think they match up with anyone. When they're on, they're on. Their biggest problem is that they have and get stops. They played that game against Green Bay in the key games, but the mentality is the offense to get back on track.
Okay, I want you to hear Darren Woodson. I think we heard this the other day. He was talking about how the Cowboys got beat against the Green Bay Packers. But what I didn't let you hear, I want you to hear what Darren Woodson says about Dak Prescott. Incredible. Check it out.
And that's a problem. I think that's where I think they finally figured out, look, we got to fix this. Yeah. It can't be all about the hoopla and we love our offensive guys. We got to figure out the defensive side of the ball to help us win these games.
How much do you think Dak thinks about what you just said?
Every day.
Right? Yeah, he's got the money. He's got the
front, barbecue in the back.
At the end of the day, it's the other thing.
Trey, I'm looking out my window, and I can just look out my window in my office, and I'm
check out what he says about Dak Prescott, man.
I'm looking downstairs, and there's 25 players there, and it's March. This was in the end of March. And guess who was down there with 20-some players who are probably not gonna make this team?
Yeah.
It was Dak Prescott, who's the same guy that I watch every year come in and throw to guys who are special teamers, throw to them, and then leave and go to Salina and throw more balls to his starters. Like, the guy is in. He's in. You can say what you want. He doesn't play. He hadn't played as well in the key games, but the mentality is there. And it's almost like we always say, chopping wood. You got to keep chopping wood, man. And maybe that time comes for you, but I'm not seeing a guy who's taking his foot off the pedal. I'm seeing a guy whose foot is still on that pedal.
Well, listen, when he's right, he can do anything.
Yeah.
The question will be, and it's a hard position to be in because, there are a couple of teams like that.
Now, JCT Slice, you're going to appreciate this. He's not only saying that Dak has this thing where he's got to get over the hump. Unlike Shady McCoy, he talks about Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
In the NFL. Hey, the Bills can do whatever they want in the regular season.
Yeah.
Show me in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson, hey, you're great, 2-time MVP. Let's see you in the playoffs. It's kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't. Because if you don't play well in the regular season, you don't get the chance to prove yourself in the postseason. And if you don't play, and then you get there and it doesn't work out, we'll say, see, we told you. Then if you don't play well enough to get to the playoffs in the regular season, we're like, well, you're never good anyway. I mean, it's like Lamar has 2 MVPs, and people are like, yeah, but you can't beat Patrick Mahomes.
That's right.
Josh Allen has an MVP, and he's taking but you can't beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs and the Chiefs. And so that's the thing, the same sort of specter, even though it's not Mahomes, is hanging over Dak. It's like, you do all these things in the regular season, now figure out a way to do it when we start playing in mid-January.
Absolutely. And that's you can't tell me the competitive nature that he has. Hell, the competitive nature that Tony Romo had all those years. You don't think Tony Romo to this day thinks about that one moment? Like, I couldn't get over the hump. Dak is in the same boat. He's just living it right now. He wants to get there. And this city would go crazy, Trey. Oh,
yes.
my gosh.
Well, they're starving.
City going to go crazy when we win.
Oh, by the way, Dez caught it. Just going to throw that out there. Dez absolutely caught it.
Yeah, he did. Yes.
The Cowboys have not had the success since you were there, and you guys.
Yeah, man. I mean, that was great what he talked about on Dak. Dak wants that, man. Dak wants that ring. I've said this over and over. The money isn't enough. When you get the money, you want to validate why you got the money. You really want to validate it. You want to validate it. Yeah, Angie, have you seen? Let me show you another one. I mean, this is crazy, man. I mean, this is this hairstyle they're doing. You definitely not gonna be able to unsee this next dude I'm gonna show you. I mean, check this out. This is crazy. These men must be single, because I just don't know many women would let a man walk around with his hair like this, unless some pockets on swole. Look at this one right here. Who goes to the barber and says, hey, man, let me show you this picture. Do my hair like this. These ain't young dudes. These are not young dudes. Man, to each his own, boy. People different, man. People different. The other guy, he had naturally curly hair. This dude right here, shoot, man. I'm sorry, but if my hair like this, I'm getting me at least I'm gonna at least get me an S curl on the back. I'm gonna at least get me an S curl on the back. If my hair look like that, I'm getting an S curl on the back. Gotta have me an S curl on the back at least. My hair got to be curly if I'm gonna do this style right here. I can't do this hairstyle without an S curl on the back, man. I can't do it. Actually, I couldn't do it with an S curl. I ain't doing this mess, man. I ain't doing this mess. Wait a minute, Angel Eyes, you said the guy in your hometown is married. I got news for you. He won't be for long. He won't be married for long. I'm just telling you up front. He will not be married for long running around with this haircut. This haircut is diabolical right here. This haircut is diabolical. This is the kind of haircut to me to say, hey, man, hold on a second. This kind of haircut to make me worry about a person like this. This different, man. Man, this is a different type of hairdo right here. Angie said, now with the curls, you definitely having a party in the back. Yeah, Angie, I'd have to have my S curl in the back. I got to have an S curl in the back if I'm going to wear this hairdo. But people, Angel Eyes is proving it. Guys are wearing this hairdo. And the crazy thing is, it ain't young dudes. It's older dudes wearing this. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. My wife ain't putting up with it either. Shit. Marvin May said your dad might do that to put you on punishment. Bro, I'm gonna tell you now, my dad made me wear this hairstyle when I was young. Shoot, I'm telling you right now, man. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna be sick for days, bro. I'm gonna be sick for days. I'll figure out a way to cut it off. Shoot, Brandon Cup said, dude got 3 dry cleaners and George Jefferson's his uncle. Man, this is crazy, bro. I'm not making fun of this. This is what dudes are doing. I mean, this is actually what people are doing. I'm telling you, people be in love with hair too much, man. They be in love with hair too much. Shoot, man said, buddy holding on like dude with a Gucci back up ripped in time. Like, bro, go let that play. I'm telling you, bro. Wait a minute. No, Legal. No, bro. You telling me there are females wearing this too? Ain't no way. Ain't no way, Legal. Angie, I'm telling you, hey. Well, honestly, you probably better be married if you're gonna do this, because you ain't pulling with this on your head. New Jersey Fizz, he said we went from shape ups to shipped out. Grave nigga said like he was 150 years old in the front and 20 years old in the front, man. Hey, I'm just telling you, this is what they doing, bro. 150 years old in the front and 20 years old in the back. This is what they doing, man. This is what they're doing, bro. It's crazy. And what's that dude? What is that dude? The dude over here in Dallas, man. He done got real popular now because he created a dance. It looks similar to the Dougie, but it's not the Dougie. And man, you ought to see, man, let me see. If I could think of this dude's name. If you saw this dude haircut, man, this dude haircut is wild. It is wild, man. Let me ask my son before I get off here tonight. before I get off here tonight. I mean, hey, man, it's Cowboys After Dark. We just having fun. But, man, people, man, we're just living in a different time, man. I just say forget it. My hair don't grow right. I just gonna cut mine off. I'm done with it. I just keep it moving. I ain't got time, man. I don't have time for no messing around with no fancy haircuts, knowing you ain't got no hair, man. Knowing your hair not working right, man. But again, Angie said that's what Darren Woodson is doing. Angie said Darren Woodson is growing his hair out in the back. Crazy work, but that's what people are doing. They are doing it. I had to show it to y'all tomorrow, but yeah, these people different. Yeah, I'm telling you, Angel Eyes, I gotta let it go. I gotta let it go. Yeah, that dance I was telling y'all about is called a bend. Have y'all seen it? It's kind of like the Dougie, but it's like easier. And I be clowning. I was clowning the other day, showed it to my wife. And I was definitely clowning because I can't do it good. It ain't like I was doing it good. It's called the bend. And the dude who invented the dance, the dude over here in Dallas, they invented this dance called the bend. And the guy who created that song, his name is called Johnny Damn D. Have y'all seen Johnny Damn D? Where do you see Johnny Damn D head? These dudes have a whole. Let me tell you something. If you're not from Dallas, you will not understand what I'm telling you. But these dudes over in Dallas have a whole new culture. I mean, they have their own culture over here in Dallas, man. These boys, man, these dudes are original in Dallas. I'm just telling you up front. These cats in Dallas are original, man. They different. Let's see if I can show you Johnny Damn D. Johnny Damn D has one of these types of haircuts that, man, all I can tell you is these dudes over here in Dallas, they got their own style. That's all I'm telling you. Andrew, you familiar with Johnny Damn D? I think his name is Johnny Damn D. They started that dance called the bend, and Johnny Damn D hair is so different. Johnny got hair in the back, none in the middle. Where did I show you Johnny Damn D? Andrew, you not familiar with Johnny Damn D? These dudes over here in Dallas, they have this. These dudes in Dallas, man, they got their own culture over here. It's just different. Look at Johnny Damn D. Anybody seen this haircut? Look at Johnny Damn D. Ed, you ain't seen Johnny. Look at Johnny Damn D. He got hair right here at the top. And then he got this part back here. Let's just say you can't grow hair right here. You could actually have this haircut if you wanted. I could have this haircut if I wanted. I wouldn't stay married if I had this haircut, but I could have this haircut. I know I can get this style right here. I can get this style, I just wouldn't be married. Angel Eyes, you seen this haircut right here? Angie said, I went to guys in school with those haircuts, G. I went to Angie. You already know. They got their own culture over here in these areas, over in these Dallas areas, man. The guys are different. They different. They got their own culture. Rod back, he said, that's the motorcycle helmet. They said motorcycle. Shoot. Grave digger said like he put a visor on this shit. Y'all don't know. Angie, you already know. They don't know about this Dallas. This Dallas culture, these guys different. They totally different. They totally different in this Dallas culture, man. They got their own thing going. Boy, look at that hair. That's, man, I'm not making fun of it. It's just, it's not, this is what they wear, man. This is what they wear. Straight up. They different over here. Angel Eyes, I bet you ain't seen this one. I bet you have not seen this one, Angel Eyes. I bet you haven't seen this one. JCT did the barber choke. Did the barber choke. Did the barber choke. Poor Baz over Clay. He said, GOP. I'm just telling you, man, this is how these dudes, this is what these dudes do over here. Angie, they been rocking them haircuts for a long time. Angie, I'm telling you, they got a different culture over here in Dallas, man. People don't understand it. They different. Shoot. They different over here, man. Angel I says, please do not put... Angel I said, don't approach me looking like this. She said, you're gonna be hard to me because I'm gonna laugh till I cry. Oh, man, I done told y'all. When you wear your hair like this, your pockets on swole. Your pockets on swole when you wear your hair like this. Grave Digger said, I be seeing guys all the time up in Oak Cliff area. Man, shoot. Boy, they different. They different, man. They different. This dude right here, he about to blow up. He about to blow up, too. Christian Legal, man. Please tell me you hadn't seen females wearing this. Man, I don't know if I made a deal with a female wearing it. Angie said she hadn't seen a female. Angie, I'm telling you, I wouldn't be able to handle a female wearing this in public. I'm probably gonna get beat up by her boyfriend or whatever mob with her. I'd struggle. I'd struggle not to look. That is tough right there, boy. That is tough. Jay Jackson, like the barber was playing a prank and said this cut is fly. Hey, these Dallas people different, man. I'm just telling you, they got their own culture over here. They got their own culture. They got their own culture. Straight up. Straight up, just is what it is. NJ Fins, is that like New Jersey? You from New Jersey? Have you seen this hairdo out there? I'm telling you, they different, man. Shoot, better tell them, little D. We from Oak Cliff, but Daddy wouldn't allow them. But we did have the mask. Shoot. Tell you, they got a different culture over there, man, in South Dallas. They got a different culture, Bass. They got a different culture. Freddie said, too hot in Texas for hair, take a little off the hole. Tell you, man. Shoot, Dallas culture different, man. Dallas culture difference, man. They different. They different over here, man. Frank Lloyd said, guy look cool, got the big chain, the round gold rim, sunglasses, rocking that culture with that cut. Hey, man, and then when he do that dance, shoot. Lloyd said what happened, the barber had an emergency, ran out, missed a few spots. Man, shoot. And now they got this dance. They got this dance over here called the Bend. Him and his homeboys be doing it. And now all of a sudden, you know, I've already been seeing them do this Bend dance for about 2 years. But people now are starting to pick up, and it's like blowing up now all over TikTok. All over TikTok, man. Johnny Damn D and his boys are blowing up. They about to blow up. You about to see them national. So y'all get ready. Coming to a barber near you. All these haircuts I've been showing you, get ready. Now, as far as I can remember, I think Johnny Damn D is the only one wearing this cut. As far as I can remember, he may be the only one wearing this cut in his crew. Yeah, I think that cut may be exclusive to him and his crew. Yeah, they call it the Dallas swag. And like I said, when you look at the video, he's the only one wearing it that extreme. But I think he got another homeboy that might be. Hey, what's even crazier? In the video, he got an S curl on the front. Miss Majors, you know about that? Rocking that South Dallas Joe Dirt shit. That's Johnny Damn D. Yeah, that's that South Dallas swag, I'm telling you. And they about to blow up. This dude right here, his name is Johnny Damn D. Watch what I tell y'all. This dude is about to blow up because the dance is getting crazy now. Look at him. He got an S curl on the front, too. Got an S curl on the front. Man, you different wearing that hairdo. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, you different wearing that hairdo. Like I said, I think he's the only one in the crew that really wear it to that extreme. And that is extreme. I mean, you don't even wear a hat when you got your hair like that. Yeah, you don't even wear a hat. JCT said, G, Stephen A would roast these barbers for choking if they were Cowboys barbers. Shoot, Stephen A hair about to be like this. Stephen A hair about to be like that, man. As far as, I mean, Stephen A hair, it ain't gonna be like old boy Johnny Damn D, but it's about, shoot, you get Stephen A a couple of more years, he gonna be this right here. Ain't no doubt about it. Gravedigger said, looks like the back of his hair blew up for sure. Man, I'm telling you. Shoot, hey, Bass, we talking music video, bro. Music video. And these dudes are about to go national. Johnny Damn D is about to go national, bro.
Hey, say, bitch, say, this one of the
Straight
ones
up.
you gotta play after you wake up after you done slid on the hop ass nigga, you feel me? Yeah.
Yeah, he about to go national.
Man, fuck Loco. Oh, happy down, dapper Dan. Your gang got stepped on. I do too. Your ass grass. I shot his friend with his black ass. That nigga screams, say, damn it, man.
The dance is crazy.
Two, your ass grass. I shot his man. He got kids. Give me a chance. Well, I do too. Your ass grass.
Hey, it's Cowboys After Dark. We can talk
his
about
friend
it.
with his black ass. That nigga some high casino hoes.
And again, not really making fun of it. It's just how you do it for their hair.
He push P.
Johnny Damn D, he ain't no young dude either. Johnny Damn D ain't young. He ain't young. At least he don't look like it to me. He don't look like no young dude. This ain't young dudes rocking these cuts, man. This is not young dudes rocking these cuts. This is older dudes. Tell you, man. Tell you, let me get that out the screen. Angel said she gonna have nightmares tonight. Shoot. Hey, Elias, you killing me. Talk about dude walk up to you wearing that hairdo. Quinn Scott said, you think my butt would look like that I'd be divorced. Quinn, I'm telling you right now, That's a divorce haircut. That's a divorce haircut in some families. It is. It's a divorce haircut. Oh, y'all can hear that South Dallas swag song? Oh, I didn't know. I thought the sound wasn't playing. Hold on, let me make sure ain't nothing playing. Shoot, dang it, the line. Hey, that music is wild as a haircut. Okay, you just saw the video. That's what it is. Yeah, that's Johnny Damn D. That's Johnny Damn D. I'm just telling you. He over here in Dallas and just, they different. They different. That's all I can tell you. Chris Legal said, hey, G, he said, I'm white. Do you think I support that shit? Yeah, I think you can do it. I think you can do it. Because I'm going to tell you the crazy part. Hey, Chris Legal, Johnny Damn D got a white dude in the crew to be doing the dances. And I think his hair might be like that too. I think his hair might be like that. All you got to do is get your perm. Shoot, you get your perm, man. You get your perm, you in like Flynn, bro. That's all I'm going to tell you. You get your perm, you in like Flynn. When I was growing up, we had this white dude that had moved from California to where we lived over in Texas. And that joker could dance too, boy. They called him White Boy David. Christian Legal. You know you cold when they call you White Boy David. Called him White Boy David. He used to hang around with all the brothers. They called him White Boy David. Shoot, man, White Boy David put that perm on his hair, had his hair real curly. I mean, he basically had a Jerry curl. That's what he had. Shoot, White Boy David had a Jerry curl, bro. You put that perm on your hair, let it dry up a little bit, man, you'd be surprised what you can do with your hair, Christian Legal. I'm not advising you to do that, though. I'm not advising you to do that. Yeah, you're going to find yourself single. You definitely going to find yourself single running around like that, brother. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, this dude, Johnny Damn D, man, he got this song, and they call it the Murder Bin or whatever it is. Shoot. Man, this dude is blowing up. And he about to take that haircut national too. So y'all get ready. If y'all got sons, y'all gonna be fighting them over that hairdo. Y'all sons gonna be wanting that hairdo. I'm not sure your husband's gonna want it, but your sons gonna want that hairdo. Y'all gonna have to fight them over it. And Johnny Damn D been rocking this for a minute. Yeah, he been rocking it for a minute, but that style just catching on. But man, I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight, man. All right, I'm trying to figure out my exit song for the night. Put that Cowboys After Dark music on. Miss Matrix. It's gonna be new to the country. Miss Matrix, when they drop them haircuts on the country, shoot, get ready. Y'all get ready. We been seeing them. Johnny Damn D been wearing that hairstyle for like 2 years now. Just wait. He been blowing up on TikTok with that song called The Bin. It's over. Yeah, Miss Matrix, yeah, it's After Dark. Hey, you know, we can bring that South Dallas culture out of you. We can bring that South Dallas culture out. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'm sure tomorrow we'll have even more more news. Okay, let me play that. You talking about this right here. Let me play this other beat for you I made. Talking about this right here? Yeah, this is a song I made a couple of years ago called Bass Down South. Angie, you got speakers in your car. You put this in your car, your woofers go crazy. I don't think they do that no more. Back in the day, they used to put them big old 12 and 18-inch woofers in the back. Yeah, this song go hard with them. If you got some woofers in your car. These new cars don't do that no more though. I don't hardly see it. I think I saw one dude with his car rattling, but you very see it these days. But when I was in high school and in college, oh man, if you didn't have a speaker box in the back of your car, you ride with the wrong homeboy. He didn't even have no back seats, y'all. You mess around and be sitting on a speaker box, getting your ears blew out by the sound. Okay, Chris Laguy, they still do it. Sure, it was a lot more prevalent when I was growing up. Man, you be in high school, you get your job just so you get a system in your car. Frank Lawrence, they hooked Bane up over here in Dallas. I'm just telling you now, they hooked Bane would be looking like $1 million over here in Dallas. Again, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna be back early tomorrow. Get back up in here about 3 or 4 o'clock and talk about some of the things. I'm pretty sure people are gonna be talking about the Cowboys tomorrow. Another day in training camp. We'll see what they do. Ben said had the sub in the back. Yeah, boy. Shoot, I had a homeboy. He didn't have no seats in the back. Just number of woofers back there. Nothing but woofers. Brandon Cup said, remember players shaving their heads to win. Now to be a cut to shave. Chris Laguy said, I see it all over Fort Worth. Man, you got to be careful what parts of Fort Worth you in these days. Got to be careful. All right, man. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll see y'all later on today. Until the next time, DC4L, God bless. Let's talk Cowboys and we talk facts. Peace.